Are you ready to talk about some deathcore? You ready to get into this?
I'm ready, brother.
This iceberg of deathcore.
Iceberg, no lettuce.
Oh my god. I'm rocking the beanie today. I can't find my hat.
It's getting cold out.
It's freezing.
It's getting real cold.
Freezing. It's not as cold as it is in like New York and stuff.
Yeah.
They're getting like a foot of snow, but it's freaking cold. I went outside yesterday and it was like 27 degrees. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's a lot for us. Okay, I don't want to hear a Texas person from their wet keyboard go, "You don't even know the cold, son."
Yeah, so it's gonna be people from like where's it get really cold? Like Wyoming or something.
I think Texas is in a winter storm right now.
Yeah. You don't know what negative 38 degrees feels like, you pussy
just
boy.
Their hands popping out of 12 feet of snow and typing on a keyboard. You don't know the cold, son. Just in their own
You
home.
ain't seen adversity like I've seen, you little pansy boy.
You don't know the cold sleeping with polar bears.
It's like that trucker guy that's at the gas station. Gummy bears. It's that guy.
Just grabbing her. Gummy bears.
You don't know the cold.
Cursing you.
All right. What's up, you skunky grunkers? Welcome to the Dickie Dine Show. Hope you're all having a great day today. Austin forgot to take his medication.
Yeah, guy that's afraid of Mike realizes there's a mic next to him.
All right, so I think it's probably been like a month now, or a month ago, or longer than that. We did 25 years of metalcore, essentially, where we looked at 4 records per year, starting in the year 2000 up to the year 2025, and we picked 4 records per year. 3 had to go, 1 had to stay. And we're doing that with deathcore now. So we're looking at the last 25 years of awesome deathcore records, stuff that we really enjoy. Obviously, it's not going to be every deathcore record. We can only pick 4. And they're ones that mean a lot to us. They're also ones that are very iconic records. And I think
it's hard to please everybody with only 4 albums.
For sure, yeah. And I think a lot of these records we were choosing are some of the greatest records in deathcore that really shaped the genre and molded it to what it is today. And we'll talk a lot about that as we get into it. I took a fuck ton of notes.
Yeah.
Like I wrote down a lot of stuff.
Pages.
I didn't get as far as I wanted to. I really wanted to write down a bunch of notes.
Just like cool stuff about for
the early years of deathcore, because I think there's a lot of interesting stuff to talk about in the early years of its formation, and I wanted to make sure that I included a lot of stuff on that. So, without further ado, yes, let's get into the last 25 years of awesome deathcore records. Let us know in the comments down below your favorite deathcore records, and let's get into this. So, the year 2000, we're going to start off. Now, I know I said just 30 seconds ago that it's going to be 4 records per year, but here's the interesting thing about the year 2000. So deathcore in the year 2000 did not really exist. It was not a genre 26 years ago. Okay,
yeah. This is like wild that this exists.
I mean, there were probably some bands that were playing deathcore style in the late 90s, early 90s even, like, but it wasn't
shit.
underground shit, and it was not called deathcore. It was mainly death metal influence and black metal influence. And even for the first 5 years of like 2000 to 2005 was very much still death metal and black metal. And it wasn't until around 2003, 2004 that you started to actually hear what the term deathcore and what music that sounded like deathcore that still sounds like the deathcore of today. Because a lot of the early stuff was very black metal and death metal. But in the year 2000, there was one record that came out from a band called Statecraft, and I believe this is the only record they ever released.
I could find,
yeah, and it was really interesting. But they are, I looked everywhere also. I really wanted to research this. And there, as far as released records go, there's like nothing.
It's just this one.
It is like literally nothing. And these guys are credited as kind of being pioneers in the genre, even though they still had more of a death metal sound.
It wasn't like full on, like, there's no like breakdowns, but it sounds, I saw in your notes of the A7X comparison.
Dude, yeah, okay.
It's crazy.
So this record sounds like Waking the Fallen, Avenged Sevenfold.
So it literally has like
yes,
it literally
has that riff, and it's like, I mean, it's not the same exact riff,
when you hear it, you're like, whoa, Waking the Fallen.
Yeah, it's like harmonized melodic guitars that are very Waking the Fallen, and this came out 3 years before Waking the Fallen. So I would actually be curious to hear if you asked any of the band members, were you influenced by Statecraft? I bet they would say yes.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
I bet they would.
They're like, how do you know that, man?
Yeah, because it sounds very Avenged Sevenfold, but still very open to discussion on who pioneered deathcore. We're going to get into that a little bit in the next couple of years. But these guys were like the first record I could find that people cite as the earliest of deathcore being kind of a thing. So I wanted to give them a shout out, Statecraft, and then we can jump right into 2001.
It's trippy. You guys should give it a listen if you haven't. I listened to the whole thing,
crazy.
And it's like, oh my god, like how many bands are like just have this exact sound?
Yes,
is unbelievable. Yes, it was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, like literally, it's Waking the Fallen.
Yeah,
it is so Waking the Fallen. It's crazy, and it came out 3 years before then. But okay, let's get into 2001. So 2001, this is where we start to see like the beginning of deathcore. Like these are demos of a sound that nobody knows what to call it yet.
Yeah.
So the four that I found is Tears of Averell demo, Plague Thy Child, Epithemy, and Antagony.
Antagony and Epithemy. They're both on some like we're gonna combine two words together.
I made a ton of notes, so I wrote some stuff down here. So Antagony is another band that is cited as a pioneer of deathcore. They're very, very early influential to the deathcore sound. I think in this record they are much more death metal. Like a lot of that like really low Cookie Monster gutter like type vocals.
Grunties.
Yeah, you get mostly that kind of sound with this early deathcore stuff, and then you get that really nasty black metal false chord high that like yes, exactly. That really like cackly witchy highs and very like type of lows. Epithemy and Plague Thy Child were very black metal. I mean, you might even call them black metal at like, you know what I mean, instead of deathcore, but
why do you think they're in the conversation for that?
They're in the
elements of
because they added elements of the guitars, specifically melodic, I think, harmonies that really were more of a pretty sound and not so much of a death metal gross like type of sound, kind of like an evil, but like in a weird pretty way, like. But the vocals, especially in Epithemy and Plague Thy Child, very, very black metal, whereas Antagony, I would say more death metal. And then Tears of Averell, like if you
I haven't heard of that one.
So I listened to this whole demo. This is what I wrote down. My first thought, it sounds like a mess of chaotic sounds and a 12-year-old boy shrieking because he got his PlayStation 1 taken away.
It's raging.
So,
child rage.
Yes. And again, this is 2001, so this is a brand new sound. But they sounded so far left field of like what was even kind of listenable. Like they just went so like you know, like the Number 12 Looks Like You and like Norma Jean and the Chariot, but it's so like what 1 second. It's like insane. God. And it's like this shrieking of this child in the background.
You're speed running equations.
Yeah, it's not really listenable in my opinion, as far as like, it's interesting that it exists from such an early time. Obviously they were doing something no one else is really doing that much of. Plague Thy Child vocals, aside from Tears of Averell, are probably the worst. Epithemy has more harmonic guitars, more harmonies, musically interesting. Antagony defines deathcore the most at the time. And I think Antagony, this record, had the best recording quality. So in the realm of deathcore, I would say Antagony would win for me, See Through These Eyes, because they're actually starting to go in that deathcore.
It's like you can feel it forming.
You can feel it turning into like deathcore away from death metal and black metal a little bit, whereas the rest were just like black metal. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
But
I like the Plague the Child album.
It's
Plague
good.
The Child. I enjoyed that one. I haven't heard Antagony, but I do say the artwork is very unsettling.
Yo, for sure.
It's like got Coraline vibes.
Yeah,
dude. Just creepy baby.
Definitely.
This wasteland.
Would
Love
you
the EP.
would you agree that Plague That Child is very black metal?
Maybe vocally, when I was listening to it, I felt very like old like deathcore demo-y kind of, where it's just like loud and fast,
right,
which is black metal-y, but
the vocals are very like
that part especially,
like that kind of like ghost bath kind of style.
We don't get like decent vocals until like 2004.
Yeah, exactly. No, I literally wrote that down, dude. So yeah, I would say Antagony. You're gonna say Plague That Child?
Yeah, only because I haven't heard Antagony, so because I have no frame of reference. But,
yeah, it's interesting.
But I did enjoy Plague That Child. The other two I didn't listen to. As Avril, you described it and it sounds awful.
Yeah, it's
Epithemy I did listen to. It's not for me.
Yeah, Antagony has more. You're starting to hear that groovy sound with the guitars, less thrashy. They're starting to I'm not gonna say chug. Right. They're not really chugging yet.
But the essence of chug.
But the essence of chug is starting to emerge. Chug doesn't really happen till like 03 or 04. That's when you really start getting like
when Acacia Strain comes on the scene. Yeah,
that's literally what it is, dude. It is literally the Acacia Strain that forms chug.
The open note, zero chug.
Yes, they do, and it's hilarious because I didn't know that. But all right, let's move on to 2002. So 2002, we have Between the Buried and Me, self-titled, Despised Icon, Consumed by Your Poison, the Acacia Strain, and Life is Very Long, and the Red Chord fused together in Revolving Doors. So
what a name for an album.
Very interesting name for an album, but I think when this came out I was 9, so I didn't listen to it when it came out, but listening to it back, I would say Despised Icon I think had the first true deathcore sound of what you would today call deathcore.
Like if you played it you wouldn't question it's deathcore.
Yes, yeah, exactly. You would say probably You'd probably say even still very death metal, but
it feels more influenced at this point,
yes,
rather than straight up death metal.
Yes, if I were to play this record and not give you like a date it came out, you'd probably say like 2015 deathcore.
Right, I guess.
You know what I mean?
You wouldn't assume this is from 2002.
Yeah, exactly. They actually start implementing elements of like syncopated guitars and drums, where you start getting kind of those like they still have very fast drumming and blast beats and stuff, which is one thing I will say about this record. This is the first record I listened to that actually had really sick drumming that was really good audio recording.
Oh, and it just sounded like a pile of noise.
Yes, yeah. And it was miles above anything else at the time as far as drumming quality and drumming performance on a record. And I would say the first true deathcore sound was this record, in my opinion.
That's pretty cool.
Out of these four, BT Bam, I think musically is more interesting. It's more progressive and impressive. I wouldn't call it a deathcore experience solely. I think they have elements of a lot. Yeah. Like death metal, black metal, progressive metal, even rock.
That band's hard to lock in into a genre.
They have elements of what you would call deathcore, but it's not so. Like if I'm like, hey, check out this deathcore band Between the Buried and Me, it'd be like, what?
You're like, deathcore?
Yeah, you'd be like, what? But then you'd hear like moments where you'd be like, oh yeah, for sure.
Like, okay, that's like a breakdown.
Yeah, exactly. And they have like clean singing and stuff like that. So I think musically, melodically, it's the most interesting of the four here. But not solely a deathcore experience. Okay. But I can definitely see how this just took deathcore and was like, okay, well, deathcore is up until this point black metal and death metal and maybe like thrash metal. Between the Buried and Me is like, no, you can sing, you can do like progressive like 7/8 5/4 time signature crazy stuff. Like let's make it a little more interesting musically, harmonically, and melodically, and still have heavy.
Yeah, still be a heavy boy.
So I think it's influential for sure. The Acacia Strain one, this one's interesting. So we all know the Acacia Strain, and this record, it's like southern hardcore.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like the strangest thing. It like doesn't fit their resume. Like
it has like southern riffs, like it's like, Okay, that's interesting, but it's very hardcore. It's not. I wouldn't. Yes. Yes, I wouldn't. It was like the first one where I was like, oh, they're chugging. Mm-hmm. They're chugging and they're doing groovy stuff. It's not like,
it's not blast beats and fast as fuck. Yes. There's like groove and slow down stuff.
It's something very different. Yeah, but Southern, like weirdly Southern.
Yeah, this is a very strange angle.
Very interesting, but way more hardcore. They had breakdowns, grooves, heaviness, very chuggy, and inspired Amir, ? Because this came out, I think, a year before Amir was a band. And there's always been that thing of like, this type of sound, where did it come from? I might have to give to the Acacia Strain here. Because
I think Amir has some early demos that are around the same time. So that's the only, is like as a band, maybe not, but like as this like 3-song demo thing, they did have some stuff. But this is an actual release. So I feel like that's the biggest difference.
Right. They released something
They got
first.
to it. They got to the finish line first.
Exactly. Yeah. And then with the red chord, I wrote Chaos Orb ? It's just very again, number 12 looks like you. It's very Norma Jean and the Cherry. It's very chaotic. It's very like just like
they needed a second to like lock in their sound.
Yeah,
it was very bizarre.
But that was kind of the interesting thing about this early deathcore stuff too, is that the early deathcore stuff, you had this element and you didn't know what to call it. Mm-hmm. It was that Norma Jean sound, that early Norma Jean sound, where it was very hectic. And I mean, honestly, Red Chord, I'm sure, inspired bands like Norma Jean and the Chariot, but it was just, the drumming was just so weird and chaos and just very interesting, but I wouldn't say like groovy. I wouldn't say breakdowny, like core. It was very... It was weird. It was like interesting and just chaos. It was very interesting.
It's cool to see now too in the conversation of like people always saying deathcore isn't this or isn't that, or it's so crazy to see that the early stages were like a spit out child of 17 different genres.
Exactly.
That it's like, this is all the shit you guys like are saying it isn't, but it's just a baby of those things.
It's all of this. Yeah. And you could go any direction you want. You could go the Acacia Strain direction with the groove and the chug. You can go Red Chord direction with the chaos and
you go
proggy with Between the Buried and Me, and then just like straight like I don't know what it was. Despite its icon was like, I want to say pretty, but it was clean death metal. Yeah, it was like it was polished death metal. Because up until this point, death metal sounded like it was one mic in a room, like in a basement, and then you just This stuff was like legit recording, good quality, but it was still like nasty riffs. But that was like the first hint of deathcore. I think deathcore is still forming its identity very much in 2002, and it hasn't formed yet.
Which one would you pick out of these?
I would probably pick Despised Icon, because I think that if we're just looking at it as the longevity of deathcore, I think that to this day stands as like one of the first instances. Listens of, oh, that's the deathcore sound that still exists in 2026.
That's pretty cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's like,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, giving them the respect of that.
Yeah. What about you? What would you?
This is a tough one. I mean that makes sense for legacy things. I guess I the only one I really listened to is the Acacia Strain one. I haven't heard that Between the Buried and Me one.
It's good.
So I'd probably do Acacia Strain personally.
I think for me, I couldn't really get over the Southern element.
It's very funny.
It's very interesting, which I talk about that coming up here later. So 2003, we have All Shall Perish, Hate, Malice, Revenge, Animosity, Shut It Down, Deadwater, Drowning, Self-Titled, and Suicide Silence, Death Awaits.
This is the one with the Family Guy audio?
No, that's a different one.
Oh, is that the next year?
The Family Guy one was next year, yep.
Oh, so what is this one?
This one is interesting. This one is the first demo of Suicide Silence, and it actually has a different vocalist. So Mitch Lucker is not on this demo. I believe it's 3 songs, maybe 3 or 4 songs. But the singer's name was Tanner Womack, and he was the one doing vocals on this.
Interesting.
The thing, I re-listened to it, and it's very death metal still. The drummer, it seems, no offense, drummer, but you were having some like serious tempo issues in this one. I think drumming wise, it's like just kind of a really sloppy performance by the drummer. So it was kind of hard to listen to because a lot of times it was just like, what is happening
What's
here?
going on?
The songs kind of fall apart to me when the drums aren't locked.
Right.
Which they had moments where the drums were like pretty on, but a lot of it was like, okay, that's not quite like what's happening here. And you know what? It's 2003. It's fine. Very death metal guitars. It's very death metal. It hasn't like last year. Despised Icon was like, this is deathcore, and then now this year Suicide Silence is like, we're still doing death metal.
Still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we're still doing death metal. It's fine. That's what I wrote. It's fine. Like, it's okay.
I don't even think I recall listening to it.
Yeah, so the Family Guy one was, I believe, 2004, which I did not include, but that's...
The demo of Bludgeon to Death?
That's the demo of... Yes, exactly. So the All Shall Perish record, I think, again, the same as Despised Icon, Deathcore, to this day, still sounds like this record. This record, it has great recording quality. The vocals are still very death metal. Yes, very... and then pig squealies though, like the first time I've really heard like pig squeals like predominantly used on something where it was a pretty common sound he was making. And fry screams, I think this was like a showcase for fry screams. Like, as far as in the underground world, because obviously, like, nu metal is doing that shit already, like Hybrid Theory and you know, Down with the Sickness and all this stuff. Like, they're already doing fry yell kind of stuff. But in this genre, I think has mostly been death growl. And now with All Shall Perish, you have a fry vocal that's coming out, and it's like, okay, this is interesting.
There's a little more technique being implemented, maybe.
Yes, and it made for a much smoother high, whereas before the false chord highs were very and you have that breakup in the throat where it's like whereas like fry just
you can sustain the tone,
and it's one solid like distortion sound. I suck at fry screams, but it's a very smooth, clean sound. I actually believe that most death metal people probably hated it. Yeah, because it didn't sound.
It wasn't
like
the shitty.
Yeah, exactly. It was a different thing that was like too pretty or something.
Yeah, that's where the first like this like emo cringe stuff. Bro, I don't like that.
It holds up to this day.
Yeah. It's pretty solid.
It's very deathcore, just like the Despised Icon record.
I'm curious what you have to say about the Animosity one.
So
this album's pretty
did you get into this one?
Yeah, I actually listened to this one.
So Animosity, to me, it's a lot more like the Red Chord a little bit. It's chaotic. It's very chaotic, just like Red Chord. But with the addition of groovy rhythms and chuggy guitar riffs, I think the recording quality is fine. It's not as good as All Shall Perish. It's not as good as Despised Icon, but that's fine. That's okay. We're still very, very early in this sound. Great drumming, I thought, was a big one for me.
I got like hints of like when, or like the Cleansing Suicide Silence goes like faster paced, and it's like that chaos for a couple seconds. Like this is what I feel like I hear that heat come from.
Absolutely. Great drumming. That's the first thing I picked up on. Tight guitars too, because a lot of the recordings of these early deathcore or death metal bands or whatever, it's the guitars are kind of, it just sounds like a wall of mud, and it's just kind of like what's happening, nothing's really separated, it's all just, you know, they're off time quite a bit, you know, and they're not syncing up. This one, I felt the guitars were incredibly tight, they were synced up, they were like very, very well recorded. The drumming helped, obviously, with that. The great drumming, great tight stuff. There was a second screamer, I think. I don't know if it was the guitar player that was doing screams as well, but those were very death metal. And I felt that was a great contrast to the main core vocal sound. Because, like, the main vocal was that it was more of a hardcore kind of sound, but then you'd have this other voice come in that was like ooh, ooh, and it kind of made a cool contrast.
Because you don't usually get like a hardcore like shouter with like death metal backing vocals. It's
which Despised Icon had too, with the two vocalists. Like they had that a little bit, but this was a drastic difference of sound, and I thought that was interesting as well. But I thought that record was great. It was really awesome. And then Deadwater Drowning, very tight performances, awesome guitar work, vocals are fine, quote unquote. Drumming is good but pretty typical. typical, basically like beats you would hear in most metal records, like a blast beat, a thrash beat, a double kick with a snare, like just very typical meat and potatoes drums, but they were fine. But nothing to me stood out too much in the Deadwater Drowning one. I would say for me, it would be between Animosity and All Shall Perish.
Yeah,
I think
easily.
Yeah, because I didn't like grow up listening to Animosity. I think if I were to choose now, I would say All Shall Perish.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Because I feel like
I think it is a better representation of deathcore in general.
Exactly. But the Animosity one, I would say you guys should go listen to that. That's a great record.
It's like a dirty little secret of like, oh yeah, Animosity. I fucking forgot about this.
It's a really good record, so definitely go check that out. All right, let's get to 2004. So 2004, this is where things start getting interesting. We have the Acacia Strain 3750, Suffocate, Oakland, Glass Casket, We Are Gathered Here Today, and Bring Me the Horizon. This is what the edge of your seat was made for. So... do you want to?
I don't even.
Okay.
Yeah,
How old were you when this came out, Austin?
2004 was I was
7?
I was 9.
9 years,
9 years old.
Here's what I had to say. So the Bring Me the Horizon, the guitar work was very dissonant, and it was different from what was happening in death metal and just metal in general this time. You were getting stuff that I hadn't really heard before, which is like the doom wah wah doom wah wah doom wah wah wah, and then you get like those like. It's like nerdy guitar stuff, but like when you play like open G string, like hammer on pull off stuff, like over chuggy riffs. That was like the first time I kind of heard this happening, and a lot of dissonant stuff, a lot of just like odd melodies, some harmonies and stuff like that, so it was interesting. Vocally, very death metal lows, and then I think this one was like the best false chord highs I had heard up to this point. Yeah. Where it was like, it was still that really death metal high, of like black metal, death metal high, but it was done... It was like really well done. He's really good at it. Like he was really good at doing those death metal lows and highs, and good recording quality on his vocals too. Drums are fine. I thought the drums were okay. Nothing to write home about. And then the recording is very demo quality. They also have a song called "Rar."
Yeah.
So there's that.
They're the pioneers of cringe.
So there's that. But it was fine. I don't know if it holds up nowadays, but as a historical piece,
it's a little rough to listen to.
It's interesting as a historical piece.
It's like if you eat like a meal from history and you're like, like, oh, this is interesting. People ate this anyway.
Glass Casket. Again,
I'm not familiar with this one.
So Glass Casket, this was all red chord pilled. So you have bands that are like, you had the red chord, and then you had like Animosity a little bit, and now Glass Casket. It's all the chaos side of deathcore. It's all that very sporadic.
This is interesting. This is like learning about like in movies or animes when there's like the four houses from, and then there was a great disparagement. They all separated and created all these subgenres of deathcore.
That's exactly what it is.
At one point, all these fools held hands and were like, we're in this together. And then mathcore stood up and said, you guys don't get it.
And then Acacia Strain stood up and said,
1 second.
Dun 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 dun. No, you're so right, dude.
So funny.
So Glass Casket, very chaotic, very progressive. The first thing that stood out was the guitar tone. I'm not even gonna say it was good. The drums, really good. Really, really good drums. I actually liked the drums the most on this record. I thought the drummer did a really good job in his performances. And the riffs of the guitars, too, like the actual melodicness of them is really, really good. It's fun. The performances are really tight. It's really fun, and they do have some breakdowns. So you're starting to see now, okay, here come the breakdowns, right? The Acacia Strain, 3750. Okay. This one was like an emergence of something I haven't heard yet. This, like when you hit play on this record in 2004, you were probably like, whoa, like what the fuck is
brand
this?
New fucking thing to say.
Okay, first of all, the recording quality amazing. Like, this could come out today and still be up there with some of the like really good recorded quality. It sounds
that's awesome.
Really good.
That's
Whoever
big ass quality compliment.
Whoever mixed and mastered this record, kudos to you, because you fucking killed it. It for 2004.
20 years later,
it sounds
that's cool.
amazing, dude, and it's heavy. It's slower, it's groovy, and down-tuned. That's the other thing I was gonna say. This is the first that I heard that was like, oh, they're in like drop A. They went like full caveman here. This was very mature for a new sound that still holds up, I think, to this day. The harmonies of the guitar, very sick. I think the Acacia Strain were incredibly ahead of the game with this one.
Yeah.
I think this record, they were on some shit when this dropped. I think this one is awesome. They ditched the Southern sound.
Yeah, like immediately.
For the most part. Because here's the funny thing. You'll be listening to this, and it's just like, shun dun dun, shun dun dun. I'm not even kidding.
A little hat nod,
a little nod to the Southern sound. Like, the guy's still in the band, but they said you can't do it anymore, dude.
I'll compromise. Just give me my twang.
So they ditched the Southern sound mostly for just pure brutality. And it's slow and it's sludgy and heavy and thick. The guitar tone is nasty. I wrote this down. Bands making this style don't sound this good to this day.
Okay.
Yeah,
I respect that.
This record was some shit, okay? Great guitar tone, very impressive recording quality. Now, with that being said, I gotta turn it over to Suffocate for a second here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because when I listened to this record again, it blew my fucking head off.
Oh, okay.
First of all, it doesn't sound as polished as the Acacia Strain record as far as quality, but it is the most pissed off, heavy, groovy, breakdowny, crowd killy, heavy, hardcore shit that had come out yet. This stuff was like pissed the fuck off. Like, and like vocally too. That's the coolest thing, I think, for me. I don't even know. It was just like the most pissed off sounding shit that did it in a slower, heavier, groovier way. It is such a pissed off record. So as far as like raw energy, anger, violence, 100,000%, I'm giving it to Suffocate.
That's fair.
100,000%, because that record destroys the other three as far as attitude. But I do have to give a very close second to the Acacia Strain, because they were on some shit when they dropped that. As far as like a mature, polished sound, it was insane. But I have to give it a Suffocate.
I gotta jam the Suffocate home.
Dude, it is so good.
I was honestly wondering why they had such a like prolific stance in the genre. I feel like every time they're brought up, it's like, dude, that's like,
bro,
makes sense. They were one of the acolytes for this.
So pissed off.
Yeah, I'll probably do Acacia Strain since I haven't heard Suffocate. I didn't like to bring Memorization when it doesn't really hold up. And then I've never heard Glass Casket.
The Acacia Strain one, great pick. Great fucking pick. But yeah.
I love the artwork on the Glass Casket one, though. I don't even know what that is, but really it looks like some creepy, like the Stranger Things, like sketches.
Yeah, totally. So I actually stopped taking notes at 2006 because I was like, oh, I got it.
Yeah, we can just freeball.
I was like, I got it from here. So 2005, okay.
It's crazy.
It is, dude. So we have Embrace the End, Counting Hallways to the Left, JFAC, Doom EP, The Red Chord, Clients, and Through the Eyes of the Dead, Bloodlust. Do you want to take it away before I jump into it?
Oh, man. I feel like so many people missed Through the Eyes of the Dead.
Yeah.
Like, that is such, like, if you bring it up in conversation and somebody knows, they're like, yeah, but if you missed it, go back and check their shit out, because that band was so fun. What is there even to say about JFAC? This is like the EP, dude.
Yeah.
The Doom EP. Oh, it unbelievably fucks. Like the best Pig Squeals.
I would say probably the best deathcore EP to exist.
Yeah, like if I was gonna, like, somebody was like, "What is deathcore?" I would play this EP and be like, "This is pretty much like what I imagine when I hear
from
deathcore."
the birth.
Yeah, like, just good. I love this. The snare sounds great. I love the snare on this.
And then you have
EP.
Entombment of a Machine.
Yeah, Entombment of Machines is on
iconic.
So good, so many good. The artwork is so dumb, but works so fucking well.
I
it's
love
like,
it, dude.
It's a job for a cowboy.
Yeah,
I'm here for my job. It's so good.
And like they get memed on a bit because they like, oh, they're a parody band, dude. The music is so sick.
They're so good, dude.
It's so good.
It's like they were death metal dudes having fun with deathcore, and then they're in 2013. They were like, "All right, here's what we can actually do," and it was like the coolest shit ever. But it wasn't deathcore, so I feel like everyone that followed them was like, "What is this, dude?"
Right.
So good though.
Everyone they blew up because of this record, because of Doom EP. And then they were like, well, "We don't really want to do this, though."
Sure, I guess we'll put on another one.
I don't know. I'm just guessing, but it was good.
Red Chord Clients. This one, I feel like to this day, I still hear people talk about this one inspiring them and like putting them into this genre in the first place. So this is the four houses are splitting. I don't know
to say about
Counting that Hallways one. I've never heard of that.
Okay. So Embrace the End, Counting Hallways to the Left. I think it has very melodic guitars. The drums are really thrashy. It's much more of and not thrashy in like a death metal way. It's actually more like Trivium. Like when I listened to this, I was like, this is giving Trivium. Like a very early Trivium sound. Thrashy drums, very harmonized guitar riffs, higher tempo songs. You're not getting the slow breakdowns. You're not like they do have breakdowns, but most of these songs like like it's very like higher tempo. I would honestly say more metalcore than deathcore. Definitely more metalcore than deathcore, but then they have like elements of death, which is cool.
This is the year house metalcore.
Yeah, exactly.
From the faction.
Yeah, exactly.
We're too different, brother.
Yeah, very Trivium. Good recording quality for the time. It holds up, I think, to this day. And just very good melodic thrash metalcore with death influences and fun breakdowns.
Which is funny because it looks like they were early on the deathcore logo.
Yes.
Like that's like one of the most deathcore logos I've seen.
For sure. Well, it's the same logo as Job for a Cowboy. It's the same font.
Right.
Which is probably just the art was done by the same guy, honestly. But yeah, so if you like Trivium and you want to hear maybe someone that might have influenced Trivium, maybe check out Embrace the End because this is very Trivium. And then, obviously, JFAC, you already said it. I think one of the greatest.
Such good vocals.
Yeah.
Like so early on the game of being good at vocals.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
I think one of the greatest death EPs of all time.
It's so creative. Like, Entombment Machine is such a meme in the best way.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So fun.
And they inspired tons of bands.
Oh, yeah.
To come for years. And vocally, as you said, vocally stands out from other bands at the time. Yeah. Very much so. This Red Chord record, I think, is kind of like peak Red Chord for me. It sounds like All Shall Perish with a manlier, more pissed off vocal. It sounds like the guy from Kubla Khan, where he's just like, "Get over here, you little fuck!" Yeah, it's just like pissed off vocal. Like that was the most interesting and impressive thing to me, was just the pissed offness of his vocal on this record. I hadn't heard that yet because so far you're just hearing Fry scream, false chord scream. This guy is like
just pissed.
Like he's just like yelling like he wants to murder someone. Like it was, and the recordings are really good quality. The guitar work is very tight. The drumming's really, it's just a great record. It really encapsulates the deathcore sound, but intelligent songwriting, not brain dead riffs.
Oh yeah, less chaos. And a little more structure.
A lot more melodically interesting instead of just dun dun dun. Dun, 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 you know?
Yeah.
They were actually doing some really cool shit melodically. And then it's interesting that you said that with Through the Eyes of the Dead, because when I listened to this, what I took away from it, it's an awesome record. It's an awesome death metal record, I felt like. Because I thought that it felt a bit behind from what everyone else was doing at the time, but still very good death metal music. And the guitar work really shined above everything else for me. Yeah. But I felt like they were still doing death metal, which is fine.
It's literally the perfect. I keep bringing it. It's like literally perfect. What we were just like the death metal faction, the metalcore faction, the mathcore faction, the deathcore faction,
and like the meme core almost. With John Furcott, like the meme.
But that sound of deathcore though is
with
like,
the pig squeals and that you know, like stuff like that for sure. But Through the Eyes of Dead, I think as a death metal record. amazing. If it would have came out maybe 2 or 3 years earlier, I would give it a much higher ranking.
Yeah, that's fair though. They're not really in like the core world, other than like maybe their later stuff has some core vocals,
and that's fine. But just for the sake of this video being a deathcore video, I would probably have to choose Job for a Cowboy.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
because it's like
not even a question for me.
It's like the best death EP to deathcore EP to come out.
This is like what I based my lows on when I was learning vocals.
Right, it's just so good. And like if you listen to the other songs too, it's not just Entombment of a Machine.
No, they're all good.
They're all really fucking good.
It's a good just listen, which is kind of hard for deathcore sometimes.
Yes,
it's like a lot of noise.
Actually,
but it's just a good listen.
And it was so different from what everyone else was doing at the time.
Yeah,
that it was just like, oh my god, this is so interesting.
So yeah, these talented ass dudes were like, what if we played like dumbass riffs? And then everyone was like,
exactly.
More.
That's exactly what it is. I really wanted to make sure I went over the birth of this genre because I think it's so interesting. There's so much stuff that's happening with this genre.
And it's cool too, like for younger people that are just in the modern world of deathcore, like knowing this has got to be kind of cool to like learn this information.
Yeah, I mean, just literally, and it's only what 25, 26 years old.
Yeah,
like it didn't exist. New genre, you know, right? Like, okay, let's go to 2006. So in 2006, we are now starting to see deathcore as we know it today really emerge.
Yeah, this is the first, or other than the Job for a Cowboy one, when people do like their top 10 albums of deathcore, like, this is where we're starting to see picks come on that list.
Yes, and when I say emerge, I understand that this has been around underground for a long time, right? Even before the year 2000. I'm saying this now is becoming a more mainstream genre that people are calling deathcore.
Yeah.
So in 2006, we have As Blood Runs Black, Allegiance, Bring Me the Horizon, Count Your Blessings, Carnifex, Love Lies in Ashes, and Waking the Cadaver demo. So, dude, the Waking the Cadaver demo, it had 2 songs, and it was Blood Splattered Satisfaction and Chased Through the Woods by a Rapist.
Yeah.
Those 2 songs.
Which is funny too, because those are the 2 songs.
Those are the 2 songs.
And it was their first ever demo.
Yes.
Like that's what's still to this day.
Still to this day exists.
Those are the 2 songs.
As the 2 songs. I remember our old drummer showed me Waking the Cadaver one day, and I was just sitting there like scared.
Because my mom's gonna find out.
I was like, do you know, like when you kind of watch something that's like really graphic, but you've never seen that before? Like, I don't know.
It just feels wrong.
It just feels wrong. You kind of like a sick to your stomach feeling.
Like unsettlingness of like, oh my god.
Like, have you ever seen what's the band? Travis Ryan's band.
Cattle Decap?
Have you ever seen the Cattle Decap video for Forced Gender? Yeah. Like that video, like made me sick to my stomach when I saw it. Very graphic, right? Yeah. So the Waking the Cadaver video, it's very cheesy. If I watched it now, I'd be like, oh, this is stupid. This is such a B movie and terribly done, whatever. When I saw it when I was a kid or a teenager, I was like, he's murdering a woman. It looks so real. It was so scary. And I was just like sick to my stomach when I heard this.
That's so funny.
I thought they were like convicts. I thought they were like felons. Like, because they were wearing like bald guys and like camo like shorts, and they were just like looking tough. I'm like, these guys just got a prison? Like, what is this?
Funny. I shouldn't be seeing this. I had like the complete opposite exposure to Waking the Cadaver.
Really?
Where this is the year YouTube came out. And I saw a video of that song Chase, but it was just called Chase Through the Woods. It left out the explicit part.
Yeah.
And then when the song played, it was like a funny Microsoft Paint.
Oh,
it was like that where it was like lyrics and bad photos.
Yeah.
And it was like dubbing over what he
But it was like funny.
saying. Yeah, but it was funny. And so I was like
shredded wheat.
Yeah, the shredded wheat meme. And I was like, oh, this is so funny. And I like learned all the placements of the squeals and stuff because I thought it was so fun. And it took me years to find the real version to know. I was like, oh my gosh. I've been like just having a fun time, and I'm like, oh Jesus, dude, this is bad. That's so funny.
So Waking the Cadaver, just awesome 2-song demo that still is their best work to this day.
Some of the best pig squeals ever.
Oh, insane pig squeals.
And he like invented, I'm pretty sure, that like more open throat inhale. Like it's not the pig, it's like the
it's very
like weird,
interesting.
Like, hollowness to it. I'm like, this weird one when he hits it. I'm like, you don't really hear people hit that.
It hurts. Yeah, it's very weird.
It's cool sounding.
It's like zombie, like creature sound. So Waking the Cadaver, we have Carnifex, Bring the Horizon, Count Your Blessings. Obviously, Great record.
Dude,
I mean, Count Your Blessings.
Anyone who was into Scene Girls knows this record.
For sure. This was probably the first time that deathcore, like, would you say, got kind of mainstream? Bring Me the Horizon, Count Your Blessings.
Like, I would say so because more people, like, it
also
wasn't just like
Ollie,
weirdos. You know, he's a pretty guy.
Like,
and they had that look, all the raw stuff.
Yes.
So, like, Tumblr was kind of emerging.
Exactly.
MySpace was huge. So, yeah, it was, like, perfect for that type of, like, undefined category of human.
Pretty scene boys doing screamo music.
Exactly.
Right? So it was like this new thing. And then As Blood Runs Black, Allegiance, obviously great fucking record.
One of the best deathcore records of all time.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It's but the drummer is, like, to this day, like, the best drummer in deathcore.
Insane.
And it sounds so clean. The mix on the drumming is just so, like, ooh, it's so pleasing to the ear. I don't know what happened to this vocalist. He's, like, the only member that didn't do anything else after this, but he had a really unique voice for the time of like really strong mids that weren't very prevalent in this era. You know, it was a lot of He had these kind of cool, powerful mids that
hardcore,
and they weren't breaking. It wasn't like a shout. You know, like it had good technique, and I felt that was so strange for the time of like, wow, this guy's really good compared to people I listen to.
It's also interesting. A side note is when these bands are making these new sounds and they're going into these recording studios, the recording studios have to keep up. The people that are the audio engineers have to start understanding and following the style too. True. And keep up with the style to make it shine. And and it's not the band's fault if you listen to a record where it's like the recording quality is not as good as, say, a Count Your Blessings or an Allegiance or Despised Icon or All Shall Perish. It's like the studios they go to, they have to be working with someone who is able to follow and stay up on that stuff. So I also have to give a shout out to the audio engineers at the time, because when you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what sounds good. You're just like, because I remember trying to figure out how to make drums like sound like that. Yeah. And it was the hardest thing to do, because when you just do live drums like how they would normally do it, you can't make them sound like that.
Yeah, they're all over the place volume wise and stuff.
Yeah, and then but you want stuff that's like and like punchy and thick, and figuring that out
to make it not sound like a master digital. Yeah, it's very, very impressive.
Exactly. So just a shout out to the early audio engineers out there. Yeah, that's
a good point. Yeah, like you said, those two records still hold up to this day. Of like, you could play them and you wouldn't be like, oh wow, this is from 2000 something. You'd be like, this is good.
Exactly.
I think I have more maybe listens for a whole album with Count Your Blessings.
But you have more allegiance to Allegiance.
Yeah, I have more allegiance to Allegiance. Dude, this record is like
it's so good.
It's a record too that if you like for whatever reason forgot about it and it came on, you'd be like, what is this? Yeah. Like, this is so fucking good. I feel like every single time I get excited. Oh yeah. Which like there's not a ton of albums that I'm like, oh yo, like okay, but bring the motherfucking rocket. Like so good, man. So good. And this was pre me liking Carnifex. This is like a little I will say Scott was early on those like but not my favorite sound. Yeah. Shout out for being on it, but yeah. And then I mean you can't give it to the 2-song EP, right?
I'm gonna go Chaos. I'm getting Waking the Cadaver. I'm going Chaos pick. I'm thinking Waking the Cadaver 2-song EP, because that changed my life and it made me feel sick to my stomach.
That's awesome.
And to this day, it's their best work.
Hey, I will give it up, honestly. I respect that choice, because still two of the best deathcore songs.
Dude, As Blood Runs Black, though.
Awesome. Allegiance, unbelievable.
All right, 2007. Now now we start to see the emergence of a new band called Whitechapel.
God.
And little did we know that they would become the icons of this genre.
Kings of the genre.
But they're kind of late to the game, which is kind of funny. But
funny. They came out hard, though.
They came out fucking hard. So we have Whitechapel, Somatic Defilement. We have Suicide Silence, The Cleansing. Despised Icon, The Ills of Modern Man, and Beneath the Sky, What Demons Do to Saints.
This was my year.
It was very interesting because there's this new band now that is just like, okay, where did these guys come from? But they're so fucking good. And the vocals and everything is like peak deathcore at the time, right?
Leagues, the lows two were just like so much better than anybody else at the time.
Exactly. Now, this is not my Whitechapel record.
No, but it is.
But it is an interesting period of time for deathcore, because Whitechapel became like the godfathers of this genre, but now they're like kind of newer, and their songs in this record are really good, but it's not the one I would pick for a Whitechapel record. Yeah. Now
I will say some of the best one-liners.
Yes, and it has like visor, sizer, or whatever, and like
the record. Yeah, the record's like not the most exciting, but like some of the coolest one-liners.
Oh, for sure,
for sure.
Suicide Silence, The Cleansing is probably like one of the greatest deathcore records of all time.
Yeah, I mean, if you told me to you it was your favorite, I wouldn't dispute it at all. Like, it's
maybe the greatest of all time. It has
peak deathcore.
Every hit. I mean, every single hit. It has Unanswered, Price of Beauty,
No Pity for a Coward,
Bludgeon to Death. Like every fucking
Broken
good
Statue,
dude. It is so
Green Monster,
sick, bro. Like
front
this
to back. This is a front to back. Like every song is great.
This is and the artwork too. Like, are you kidding me?
Iconic artwork.
It looks so fucking sick,
so brutal,
and just everything on this record is deathcore, balls to the wall, 100,000% deathcore. It is so sick.
It's so good. The recording quality is awesome.
It's great.
The vocal,
and it's raw. It's still raw.
Yeah, like I don't know who did this record. Do you know that at all?
Who produced it?
Yeah,
no, I don't. I'll put it on screen.
The way they did the vocals, it was like so. Because Mitch is great, obviously, he's fucking the guy. But whoever he was working with, it's like he understood his voice so well. And there's some sort of like that cool cup like effect on his low. Like that was like vocal. I still haven't heard that really in a lot of band stuff. There's some sort of cool like it's like he's in a can or something when he does this. And the highs have such good clarity, even though they're like so gain heavy.
I think what happened was that Mitch was probably cupping the mic, and the dude was just like,
he just was forced to deal with that.
Yeah, he was like, all right, fine, if you want to do that, do it. I'll figure it out.
Oh, maybe I mean that makes sense.
Whereas most people would be like, "Don't do that.
Don't touch my microphone."
But yeah, very interesting sound. I think what top 3 greatest deathcore record of all time in my opinion. Despised Icon, The Ills of Modern Man. Not my Despised Icon record, but an absolutely amazing fucking record. Like recording quality. Again, the drummer, I think his name's Alex Grind. It is probably one of the most insanely fast drummers in the genre of all time.
Yeah.
Like, of all time. I had to just give Despised Icon respect for being a massive entity in deathcore.
And for like never truly getting their breakout.
Yeah, right?
For being like some of the OGs.
But they have so much respect, and I know why they do.
Legacy band.
They are such an insane band. They were there starting the genre. Like I said, I think they were the first record I heard that sound was like, okay, this is deathcore, back in like 2003 or something.
And they created the whole subgenre of it being cool to wear fitted hats while doing deathcore. They like created that whole underground of like we're into like chains and stuff.
Yeah, right. Great record. Ills of Modern Man is awesome. The record they did after this was my favorite one.
Is that one with like MVP and stuff?
Yes. Yeah. And then we have Beneath the Sky, which I'm sure you have a lot to say.
Oh man, what a record. This was confusing for deathcore because there's so many clean choruses in it, but they're not like repeat chorus. It's just like a random singing part, and they have a fucking keytar player in the band. He motherfucking plays keytar in the deathcore band. But it was a great year for high screams. Like this is some of my favorite. Like modeled my voice for highs. Right. So cool. Lyrically very like interesting and emotional, and it's still kind of on that like emo side of stuff because they had the singing, and so I like that because deathcore was very like evil and like like aggressive and stuff, and I liked that it was like, oh, I like to be sad. Like,
it's funny with Despised Icon on the left, Beneath the Sky on the right. It's like there's a little bit of a difference between these two. Yeah, for sure.
They were a fun band. They never caught their wave. I feel everyone knows 7861. That's an iconic deathcore song. But the album actually has a lot of really good stuff. And they put out another album in like 2000, I don't know, like 13 or something that was also very sick, but nobody listened to it. I feel like this is a band that's just always been like parallel to the conversation of good bands. It's never quite hit the steam, but just in my heart, some of my favorite deathcore songs. For sure. Because they're not even like deathcore, they're like emo.
For sure.
But if we're picking an album,
Suicide
it's easily
Silence.
The Cleansing.
Easily the Cleansing.
Not even like
easily.
The other three are awesome. There's great things to compliment, but it's like not even comparable. How good the Cleansing is.
The Cleansing is.
It's front to back peak deathcore. Yeah, it's just so good.
You can't beat it.
Like outside of Mitch bias, it is just good deathcore. Man.
There's a reason why when they did the Mitch Lucker Memorial, every vocalist deathcore vocalist in the scene showed up
and gave it their
all because
some of their best performances.
The respect for this band.
I still listen to that Phil performance, dude.
Yeah, The Cleansing for sure. All right, 2008. Now here, this is where we start getting interesting. So we have Winds of Plague, Decimate the Weak, Whitechapel, This Is Exile, Thy Art Is Murder, Infinite Death, and Chelsea Grin's Self-Titled. So Winds of Plague, I think they get, I don't know. I feel like they get a lot of shit. They had some
it's because
cool
of what they've
songs.
become.
Yeah.
This release is awesome.
Yeah. And then like the dude did a lot of inhales, right?
Mm-hmm. So but like people didn't know for a long time.
For sure. But I feel like they got shit on a lot. And like their music, they rip, dude. Like some of their guitar work, their key work, it's really good. For me,
it's the earliest memory I have of hearing like synth in deathcore, like that, where it's like operatic, that cool stuff. There's like a lot of fun shit. And then their breakdowns too, they like punched you in the ass with bass drops when they would hit. It's like the ones that breaks your headphones. That was so fun.
Yeah, Winds of Plague took that symphonic black metal-y thing and put it into hardcore breakdowny shreddy music.
Yeah.
And polished it really well. Now obviously Whitechapel, This Is Exile, probably arguably the greatest Whitechapel record.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like the kid in me or something, but this is like still to this day my favorite Whitechapel album.
Yeah, I mean it's just fucking awesome.
It's just got so many things that I still look for in deathcore to have.
Yeah. For me, it's a toss-up between This Is Exile and A New Era of Corruption.
Mm-hmm.
Those two, if I had to pick between those two, I might pick A New Era.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
This Is Exile is, again, like we were saying with The Cleansing, I think This Is Exile is one of the greatest deathcore records to exist.
Yeah.
Like it
might have like the most hours for me like practicing vocals as like an album.
For sure.
Just in my
I remember doing
really
vocal covers at the studio with you, and we did This Is Exile, we did like Darkest Day of Man or something. We did a few Whitechapel songs. But yeah, definitely they emerged the year before with Somatic, and there was like, oh, interesting. And then they just blew sophomore record, they just blew the world away with deathcore, and it was like, whoa.
And I remember this album artwork making me feel uncomfortable when I first saw it. Of just
dude,
like,
it's
just
sick.
Pure agony and torture of like this is like, oh my god, this is the time too where I you'd get CDs and look through the lyric booklets and stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, that like
so sick, dude.
This guy has a good way to paint visuals.
Yeah, whoever did that artwork is fucking amazing.
And then oh my god, there's still so much
Murder, Infinite Death, More to a Chainsaw, great song,
dude. The EP, man, the vocalist, nobody sounds like that. There's not a single like scream I've heard that has that fucking craziness. It sounds psychotic. It's nuts. So cool. Yeah. The EP itself is like, it's fine. It's a good EP, but
it's fine.
Let's be real. Vocally, that's why we're here.
Yes.
At least for me, I'm like, the vocals are what keep this. And then Lifeless was a lot of fun, but it's like Chelsea Grin at ×2 speed for some reason.
Right. Yeah, I like Chelsea Grin. I do. I think I never really got into them as much as I did Whitechapel's Suicide Silence, Despised Icon. Yeah, for some reason, they kind of slipped by me a little bit. Now, they have some good songs, obviously, like Recreant's the big one, right?
The Desolation of Eden album, I think, is their best work, in my opinion.
If I had to pick one from 2008, I would say This Is Exile.
Yeah,
I would just say you'd have to, right? Like it's probably one of, again, up there with The Cleansing.
It's just there's so many good songs on it.
Yeah.
It's just like the music video album too. There's like 8 music videos for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I love all of these. These are all great ones, and I might actually go back and listen to Decimate the Weak because I haven't heard that. Just that whole EP, The Impaler. I remember the Impaler like fucking broke my brain when I first heard that song.
It's very shreddy. It's like now we have shredcore, like shred deathcore.
And the synth would like follow the guitar or something. It'd be like,
musically, it's really polished.
It's really fun.
Very polished.
But yeah, This Is Exile. Fucks Too Hard.
For sure.
Give it up. Yeah, Lifeless, great song. Krugerbanger, awesome.
All right, 2009. Now we have Arsonist, Get All the Girls. That fucking artwork is nasty.
So funny.
Portals, Impending Doom, Serpent Servant, Molotov Solution, The Harbinger, and Oceano Depths, which that record is nuts. By the way, the Oceano Depths one.
Yeah.
I mean, they all are. The artwork on it's so cool though. Like
the
whatever
the tendrils.
Yeah, that's such a cool look,
like
dude.
A chasm in the ocean or something. It's just
I will say that this emergence of Impending Doom, I fucking love Impending Doom. I love them so much. This is not my Impending Doom record, but it does have my favorite Impending Doom song on it, which is More Than Conquerors.
Oh yeah,
I still think it's one of the heaviest songs ever. As far as groove is concerned, groove breakdown. I mean, it's one of the heaviest songs ever written as far as groove is concerned.
It's such a fun. The way they do the big pops before it too, and everybody kind of gets around him, and he hits this like
Oh yeah, the music video is so hype,
it's
dude.
So cool. So like those party music videos where the band's in the center and there's 100 people.
Oh, it's so sick.
It's awesome.
But yeah, Serpent Servant
on this one.
Great artwork too. I love that fucking artwork. It's a great record. Not my Impending Doom record, so I'm not going to pick that one. But great record. I didn't listen to the Arsonist Get All the Girls ones all that much, but I will say that Molotov Solution record, hands down, I listened to nonstop. The Harbinger is so good.
There's so many good. It's such a fun sound in this genre too.
Yes.
Of like they just every time it transitions, you know how there's like filler verses sometimes. Yeah. I just feel like every verse is cool, or every section of like transition, I'm like excited and it's interesting, and it's not like boring. There's no like ever down parts. It's just like, what's the next cool part?
And this record was the first time that I had listened to a breakdown in a car with a subwoofer.
Oh, really?
And that changed my life. Yeah. If you've never listened to a breakdown with a bass drop within a car with a subwoofer, do it and crank it and just feel it, dude, because it will change your fucking life.
Yeah,
that's the first time it happened to me.
Listening to music and not realizing how many dope like bass drops and stuff is in them until you're in like a good sound system.
Yes, changed my fucking life. Man. And then the Depths record. I mean.
Yeah, this is their breakthrough. Just
very good record.
Came out swinging.
Yeah.
To this day, still one of the most iconic deathcore songs.
What do you think about the Arsonist record?
I really like this record. I think it's fun. It's like scene deathcore. You know.
I was gonna say the artwork is nuts, dude.
Ton of electronics. You know, there's
like a magic card.
It does. Yeah.
Elf druid creature type. Yeah.
Gives your creatures all colors.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like the vocals are fun and unique. They're kind of all over the place. It's like hardcore, low yells, high screams, and they had fun synthy breakdowns. It was like party kind of deathcore stuff. But it's like five songs are good, 5 songs are skips. Gotcha. So it's kind of like a hit or miss record. But I feel like this band never gets talked about in the deathcore conversation because they're so like emo party pop kind of stuff. But it's really fun. They have some cool songs. 42nd Ego goes hard. Definitely not my favorite on here, but I am happy it's getting some love.
So I would have to choose Molotov Solution, The Harbinger. It's just, if you guys have not listened to this record, please go back and listen to it. It holds up. It is so heavy. It's pissed off. It's just, it's so good.
It has a secret feature from Adam Warren too.
Does it really? Yeah, oh, that's so funny.
Which is funny because they recorded at the same studio.
Yeah, okay.
And Adam was over.
He just walked over.
He was just there while they were recording.
I love those stories.
They had him do a guest feature, and then they didn't say that he was on it, so they could get around the label stuff.
That's the best way to do it.
So
bro.
cool.
I love that shit so much.
Yeah, secret features are the best. And yeah, not to take away from Oceano because they're like icons in the genre, but I feel like they've always had the same problem with me where I'm like, I hear a song and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this band's cool, and then I hear another one and I'm like, oh, okay, you guys that's just what you do. Yeah. Like, you know, every song kind of has that vibe.
Yeah.
And I want to be like impressed and excited, but I've just never. They have like a song and album that I really like, and it represents the whole album. Yeah. So yeah, for sure, Molotov Solution.
All right, this is a bitch of a year. We have Impending Doom, There'll Be Violence, The Acacia Strain, Wormwood, The Extortionist, Exoplanet, and Whitechapel, A New Era of Corruption. I think personally, this is my Whitechapel record. Yeah, like I listened to this one like 1,000 times, and
this is the like. For me, it was like a change in sound, not in a bad way, but of like more, like there was more maybe production or something. There's something prettier about it. Yeah,
polished. Polished. Yeah,
a little more polished, and it really let you appreciate Whitechapel more. I think of like before you were kind of just like vibes, and now you're like, oh, whoa, there's some like really good musicianship going on.
And the drumming is insane. Yeah. One of the best drummers.
Phil again showcasing his awesome lyricism. He's got such a cool brain for where to put vocals and how to write words for vocals.
It's crazy. I mean,
very intriguing, man.
This is I think my favorite Whitechapel record. If I had to pick, it's a close second with this, or close tie with This Is Exile, but I I just consumed this record so much. And they had the feature with Chino, which was so sick because it was like Deftones. Like, what?
Yeah.
You did a fucking feature with Deftones? Right, like, that's so cool. Sick, you know?
And Vincent, too, from Acacia Strain is also on this record.
Yeah, it's so cool.
The Chino one, though, that's like one of the most iconic features ever.
Yeah, and he does these fucking crazy cat shriek vocals.
Yeah, there's like...
And it's just like, whoa, that's so awesome, dude. Just for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Like, not something you would, like, it doesn't seem like something a label would do. Like, oh, you're just going to feature with, I don't know, the Deftones guy.
Who's popping right now?
Yeah, it's
Chino?
just, it seems like they were just like, dude, like we fuck with each other. Like, yeah, let's do it.
And this was like when Chino was doing like crosses and stuff. Like, it wasn't even doing Deftones.
It's so sick. And then Acacia Strain Wormwood is kind of like the epitome of just caveman deathcore. And I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way. It's just like stripped down,
that's a good way to put it.
chug fest with some blast beats, heavy low vocals. They have that fucking song at the end where it's just a 5-minute breakdown.
Tactical Nuke.
It's just kind of fun. I do like it. I don't think it's the one I would pick out of this year. The Impending Doom record, There Will Be Violence, again, awesome record. I think there was maybe, though, like 3 songs that I really fucked with on this record. A lot of them I was kind of like hit or miss, you know? I thought the artwork was really fucking sick, though. And then Contortionist Exoplanet, which you probably listened to more than I did.
Yeah, this is the fun lore where you're going to be like, did you guys know that Contortionist used to be a tech deathcore band? Great album. I think this was like a one of like when I was into deathcore, I didn't get this record, but with time, I'm been like, oh my god, this is like it's so fun. There's so many, and it had the prog angle of it. It's just so impressive musically too. It's just a lot of fun. The vocalist is the only thing holding me back. Of like, I didn't love the sound. It just didn't bring anything extra other than just being like a syncopated instrument.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're very, very good instrumentalists. They're very good. But yeah, if I had to pick, Whitechapel, 100%. I mean, this is just probably again like top 3 deathcore records.
Even though I love Ramirez on Acacia Strain, I think I would also pick Whitechapel.
It's just so again, it's too good.
There's too many. It's got Darkest Day, Man. I mean, it's like one of their. It's such a fun song.
And the artwork is sick. Like it's everything about this band is just their logo is so sick. Like this band fucks, dude.
Plus, when I look at this, I just hear. Dun, dun, dun,
yeah, it's
just so good.
Sick. All right, moving on to 2011, we have Molotov Solution, Insurrection, I Declare War, self-titled, Amur, Speaker of the Dead, and Betraying the Martyrs, Breathe in Life. Do you want to take it away?
This one's interesting. This is an interesting matchup. This is 2011. This is the I Declare War self-titled. Is this one with Human Waste on it?
I believe so, yes.
And the dot and stuff. That's pretty good. That one
was his name Jamie, the vocalist.
Yeah,
because they got him after the other guy.
Yeah,
after he had a very interesting scream.
Yeah, It has every scream has a
yeah.
I remember wanting to emulate it really bad when I first heard it. I was like, whoa! And then doing that every like there's not like a chain of words. It's like very like punch, punch, punch.
Right. It's almost like a percussion instrument.
Yeah, I remember this Amir album. I remember this one being people's like instrumental favorite Amir.
Yes.
Really went for the fences with some of the lyrics on this one.
For sure.
But there are some like good
yeah, that's one way to put it.
There's some good
I want to watch you suck his dick.
The music stops for a second. 'Cause I know you fucking love it, bitch. There's something so funny about being like, I want to watch you blow him, bitch. Like saying bitch attitude is like you're the one losing in this situation. Like why? Like you're saying it with like an air of like I have power in this situation. I'm like you're watching your girl blow another man.
Yeah, hey, some people are into it, you know.
I guess. But
yeah, saying bitch is kind of funny.
Yeah,
it's like a cuck humiliation fetish.
Very strange. Fun record though. I think this is one Solar Flare.
It's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah,
from Amir.
A lot of songs too. It's like 15 songs.
There's a lot. It's a Joey Sturgis record. I believe the Betraying the Mars. I don't think is a Sturgis record.
It is a Rise record, so maybe.
I don't know if it is. I think because they were
Sumerian.
They're French, right? They're French band. Yeah, so I think they did it somewhere.
It was somewhere else. Yeah, it was released through Sumerian though.
Gotcha.
Because I remember,
dude,
they always give you the stickers when you bought the CDs.
What was the song? Man-Made Disaster.
Yeah, the song.
The song
where they introduced that was literally
that song went so fucking hard though.
And it's his introduction to the music world, and they literally shot it like they knew he was going to be a big deal one day. It's so fun. Yeah, just the shot of the feet, and then just like this tatted man comes in. You're like, oh fuck,
dude,
and he rips. I remember that being like the song of that year
for sure.
Of, like 2011, everyone was
sick.
like, dude, this fucking track, the breakdown, fucking blow you away.
Yeah. Dude, that song was sick. As a whole record, I think the thing with them was what really shot them in the foot was then they would go and perform live, and they didn't play that well live.
Yeah, because it was impressive music.
Because it was very impressive music recorded, but then they couldn't quite do it live. So some studio magic maybe happening there. And I think that really, I remember just seeing a ton of videos of people kind of being like, oh, this band can't do this.
Which sucks because the record's really good.
The record's so good, but
not being able to perform it.
I think the problem mainly was the drummer wasn't really able to do it live, so that shoots everyone in the foot. If you have a drummer that can't keep it together, I mean, and I'm not saying he couldn't for every show, but I remember seeing some viral clips that was like, look at this drummer, like he can't do anything he does on this record. And I think that really kind of like tainted their name a little bit. But that one song was fucking sick. Molotov Solution, by the way, one of the fucking sickest bands.
They're so good, man.
They're just so good. But yeah, the I Declare War record was tight too. I mean, they were a Seattle band, so that's really cool. First metal show I ever played was I Declare War.
Studio 7?
Studio 7. So that was like a really cool piece of history. But I don't know which one I might have to go with Molotov or Emir, because I think I probably, out of these four, I listened to the Emir record the most, but I feel like now I would probably prefer to listen to the Molotov Solution more than listening to the Emir record.
I think I have the same feelings, actually. Like, I didn't jam Molotov much when I was younger, but well, this album, I guess.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, dude, I love this sound. It's almost because it's like so refreshing right now, but it just sounds awesome.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Amir this is not my Amir album. There's tons of other ones that I really like from them.
That's fair.
But this one just never really did it. I think personally I'd do Betraying the Martyrs.
That's fair.
I jammed this album a ton when it came out.
This is a sick record.
I really liked it. There's a lot of fun. The singer in that band was fantastic. I would hope he does something else after Betraying the Martyrs. And
are they still going?
No, they got a new vocalist a while ago, and he sounded like he was kind of trying to do Aaron's thing, and they just couldn't keep the steam, I think, and then they got label dropped, and I don't think they're a band anymore, but who knows? They're silent right now.
All right,
check
moving
out 1056.
2012. This was a crazy fucking year for deathcore. So we have The Artist Murder, Hate, Signal the Firing Squad, Abnegate, Make Them Suffer, Never Bloom, and Impending Doom, Baptized in Filth. Go ahead. I can hear you sighing over there. You go ahead, bro.
I'm just so torn. Like, this one's so tough.
I mean, I think obviously we can say that this Hate record by Thy Art is probably, again, one of the biggest, most successful deathcore records of all time.
Dude, Reign of Darkness changed the game. That
was our generation's
Into the Hellfire.
Yes,
100%. That is a great
Reign of Darkness was millennial to the Hellfire,
and it was the same kind of thing of like, we're doing deathcore, and it's like, all right, this is deathcore, and then it was like, oh, this is deathcore. Yeah, they just hit, and we're like, hey, remember this? It's just, fuck you energy. The whole, it's just a big fuck you. There's great vocal features,
and the
artwork is so cool. The production is huge. It's so massive. The way that they announced it too, that it was like, They did the Reign of Darkness music video tease, and it just was like the silhouette of the new vocalist. Or he wasn't new, but it felt new because the last album didn't have music videos, so it was like, oh, a new wave of Thy Art, what's going on? And then they did the vocal contest and drum contest, and it really, I feel like, skyrocketed the name of this album, dude. And it's so good.
Yeah, it's this record dropping changed people's lives. Like, it changed 100%. It changed so much.
It literally made, like, this band gets to be a band forever now because of this record.
I mean, literally, it was millennial to the Hellfire. Like, this was Reign of Darkness was massive. Probably one of the most successful deathcore songs, Reign of Darkness, on this record. And I just, as a record, as a whole record, it was incredibly good. The Baptized in Filth record, Impending Doom, is my Impending Doom record.
Yeah.
Like, that that is, I think, production-wise, I don't know if Will Putney, did he do Thy Art? Because I'm pretty sure...
did this record, yeah.
Okay, so I was going to say, because production-wise, they sound the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Impending Doom, Baptized in Filth record sounds the same production as Thy Art is Murder, and it's just like, it was next level. Like, honestly, when I heard Baptized in Filth, I was like, who the fuck recorded this? I was like, this is bigger sounding than anything I have ever heard in deathcore. Like, Will Putney just fucking murdered.
Yeah, he just got it.
Like, he just had it, and it was insane. Make Them Suffer, Never Bloom, obviously have, what's the song? Widower, which was huge.
Never Bloom, the name from it.
Obviously. Great fucking record. And then I didn't listen to the Signal the Firing Squad one all that much.
Did you ever hear any of their stuff? Like their earlier stuff?
I don't know, to be honest.
They were so fun. They're an Australian deathcore group, and they just had this, like, all their songs just sounded so big, like the volume was to 12 or something, just so loud, but not in like an annoying way, you know. It just felt huge. Vocals were very punchy and sick, and they just had this really cool like groove of like when they break down, it kind of had this like swag to it.
Okay. Gotcha. Like a genty almost?
Not genty, just like kind of groove, where it didn't feel like gent, but it had this like, you just kind of sway in the breakdowns. The breakdowns weren't like dun, dun, dun.
Yeah,
you know, they weren't shit like that. It was very like like kind of not like
bouncy.
Like if Mathy was bouncy,
gotcha.
So it's like clearly impressive, but it's like more
almost like an August Burns Red breakdown.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it actually. Yeah, but with deathcore down tuning.
Yeah, for sure. Okay,
very cool band, a little underrated for sure, and unfortunate year that they're up against all these records.
Oh, totally.
This one's hard. I feel like there's an argument for like for either of these.
I would say I'm either Thy Art is Murder or Impending Doom, because I listened to both of them the same, and they were both produced by the same person, and they both are just like so sick in every way. It's tough.
Yeah, this one's tough. I mean, even the Never Bloom has a soft spot in my heart. But,
for sure.
But between the Hate and Baptized, it's like
I'm probably gonna choose Hate. But I will say, this is my Impending Doom record. Out of any Impending Doom record, this one, if you've never listened to Impending Doom, this record, Baptized in Filth, is the one you need to listen to. This is their record. But I will probably pick Hate, because I think as a genre-defining record and as like a mainstream push of the genre, I think this did a lot.
Yeah, it changed the culture.
It changed a lot. Like, it was so successful, and it was so sick. It was so good, and the artwork looks like a Magic card, so that's cool too.
Yeah, very cool artwork. Yeah, I would pick Hate also.
Yeah, it's tough. It'd be hard not to.
There's so many good bangers on that one too.
2013, we have Fit for an Autopsy, Hellbound, Humanity's Last Breath, self-titled, The Last 10 Seconds of Life, In Vivo, Ex Vivo, and Attila, About That Life.
The greatest deathcore record.
The greatest deathcore record of all time, dude. Attila About That Life.
Exactly. Did you hear have you listened to this Fit for an Autopsy record at all?
No, I haven't. Not this one.
Man. So, vocalist of Through the Eyes of the Dead is the vocalist of this record.
Okay.
And it's fucking awesome. It's so fun. It's so like newer Fit for an Autopsy. They riff when they play. So it's like they're deathcore, but they're like, it's not what you would think
like intelligent riffing.
Yeah, exactly. So like that type of stuff we're here where it's just fast and aggressive.
Yeah,
and
right.
The vocalist has such a pissed off tone. Like I love that. His like mid has this like wailing behind it. It's so confusing, but it sounds so haunting. Oh my god, the lyrics are so cool. There's some fun like triplet breakdowns in this one too.
That's awesome.
Very, very cool.
I'll have to listen to it. I listened to the Humanity's Last Breath, the Attila, and the Last 10 Seconds of Life. I feel like Last 10 Seconds of Life is like the heavy, slow version of deathcore.
Yeah, they're like borderline Doom, but they like won't give up the breakdowns.
Yeah, they're like beat down Doom or whatever. Humanity's Last Breath is fucking sick.
Dude, Buster is like one of the craziest production heads.
Dude,
there's so many cool
love
albums.
That fucking band. Yeah. They are so good.
This one specifically too, I remember changing like like the younger guys coming up in like the music world that I was like working around or with were like, this was their like, you know, new fucking thing that invigorated their itch.
The one thing I will say about Attila and about that life, if you were 13 when this record came out, it got you into heavy music.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure. This was your gateway into heavier breakdowny chuggy
Attila
music.
is a good gateway band.
They are.
Because there's something like when you're a teenager, you're like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and his whole thing was like, suck my fuck, and like all these like vulgar shirts that, you know, when you're 15, you're just like consuming because you want to rebel.
Like, I want to be rich and have a PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like they encapsulated like, oh, look at us, we're like swagged out deathcore rap boys that are, you know, we don't fucking care, and it's like, it's cringy, but you know,
it's doing what it's supposed. At least it's self-aware.
It's self-aware, and I think it did introduce a lot of kids to other really great bands in the genre, which is cool. So I got to give them props for that.
Give them their eggs, but
I would choose Humanity's Last Breath. If I had to.
In Vivo Ex Vivo is so good. Like Storm has so many good performances in that one, but I think their next record is my 10 seconds out. The Soulless Hymns, that one's like their best shit ever.
Yeah.
So I think I'd go with Hellbound.
Okay, that's fair. I'll have to listen to that one.
It's an underrated record. People don't think about it in the conversation when they think of best fit albums because it's pre like what they are now. Gotcha. And it's just an EP, I think. But dude, at least listen to Hellbound. That's the single from it. It's so good, man.
All right, 2014. Now we have some interesting stuff happening. We're getting very tech deathy with our core, and very
and then there's Black Tongue.
Then there's Black Tongue. We have Within the Ruins, Phenomenon. We have Acrania, Totalitarian Dystopia, Aversion's Crown Tyrant, and Black Tongue, Born Hanged. And first of all, the artwork, very sick.
Dude, Aversion's Crown ones go so hard.
I think the Within the Ruins and Aversion's Crown, I think they had the same artist.
Yeah, it's got all those wisps.
It's like the same.
Cloudy.
It's like the same thing, basically. Same like font looks like too. I listened to all of these. It's interesting. Yeah, Black Tongue is the one that kind of stands out the most as being different.
Yeah, like down tempo, beat down,
slow, sludgy, doomy. Yeah, but fucking. Heavy. Like
this was they could play with hardcore bands and it wouldn't be that crazy.
Yeah. But if they played a show with hardcore bands and they were the heaviest band, they were the ones that the whole fucking room was ripping apart. They came on and just decimated the crowd, you know what I mean?
Get fucked, everyone.
By being so fucking heavy.
Dude, this might actually be my favorite Within the Ruins album. I don't know if
it is mine too.
I don't know if that's like a weird take or if that's a normal take.
I don't think so. This is the one I listen to the most of. Honestly, this one and then the one after, or that came out after this, I listened to a little bit, but this is the one that I fucked with the most.
It's really good.
And then the Acrania one, I'm
not a big Acrania guy.
I appreciate it because of how fun it is.
Okay, that's
like
that's
because
fair.
the guy's just constantly pig squealing, and he's talking about like he doesn't want to do taxes and stuff.
Right? Yeah,
and it's just it's so fun, and it's just like I wouldn't necessarily pick it as like my favorite here, but I do got to give it a shout out because I also think it is just very like guitar work wise, very technically savvy and very interesting to listen to. It's not just like caveman brain. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, for me, it's probably between Aversion's Crown and Within the Ruins. I'd probably go more Within the Ruins just because I think I listened to it more. Yeah. Maybe if I go back, I'm not sure I'd
Aversion's Crown
feel the same way.
Has such a problem. Let me know if you agree with this at all, but everything about them is so much cooler than the music they make.
Explain.
Like, look at this. Look how fucking cool that looks. That is so intriguing to the mind. What is Aversion's Crown? What does that mean? Tyrant, like there's alien invasion, and then you listen to it and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's about what I expect. Every song, okay, like just like this one, right? It's like, I've never tried to make myself like and love a band more than Aversion's Crown.
That's so.
And it just won't. I bought like all their albums. I've listened to everything, and it's just I don't like a lot of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I want to because their aesthetic is so cool and intriguing.
Cool. Yeah.
But just does nothing for me.
It's like a video game that looks sick, but then you play the game and it kind of
the UI sucks or something. You're just like, we're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, so for that, I can't give it to Virgin's Crown. There's two really good songs on here, and I think we covered them both.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think mine's between the Ruins and Black Tongue, but I think Black Tongue has much better stuff after this.
I agree.
And I will say, too, in hindsight, I think I don't like the Sacrania album because I was just a big Luke Griffin, not a hater of him, but the discourse around him, because he did, like, the vocals that you do as you're learning, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, that's like the idea of a vocal, and then you keep getting better. And he just stayed in that idea, and people were like, he's the coolest guy. And I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. That's really easy to do.
You're just being a hater?
Yeah, I was literally just being a hater. I was just like,
that's so funny.
Not even upset at him, but just as people being like, this is so impressive.
You didn't like his fandom.
Yeah, I was a hater of his fandom and not his band, but I just realized that I was like, oh, I don't like that record. And I was like, well, no, I just don't like the audience around it.
That's very fair, though. It's tough, because I would say Within the Ruins, probably for sure. But I think as a standout, something interesting and unique, I would say that's more towards Black Tongue. I think they definitely going a slower, because I feel like every band now is just trying to go faster. They're trying to blast beat faster. They're trying to fuck. Yeah, and Black Tongue was just like, let's just go to sleep. Let's just get our sleeping bags.
Well, I think it makes sense because they're the Infinite Annihilator guys who are just the kings of.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're like, let's do the opposite of that, and chill out.
Right, but
I do Within the Ruins after talking about it.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, as a whole record, I feel like 3 songs in with Black Tongue, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, I'm bored.
I can't. I'm gonna, like, I can't. But Within the Ruins, I feel like they have so much, like, groove that's, like, kind of, they're more genty, you know, I'll just say it. They're more of a genty style, which I sometimes enjoy. So I think
they have a cool tone for their gent, though. It's almost like video gamey.
Yeah, well, it's like,
kept me interested.
Yes, it's very digital sounding. It's like, you know, it's cool, though, in, like, not a bad way. It's cool. Let's see, 2015.
What we got?
We have Last 10 Seconds of Life, Soulless Hymns. We have Traitors, Night Terrors, Slaughter to Prevail, Chapters of Misery, and Angelmaker, Dissentient.
Ugh.
So I believe this is the emergence of Slaughter to Prevail.
Yeah, this is their first.
2015. So this is where we're now starting to question who the fuck is this Alex Terrible guy?
Yeah, who's this monster that came out of nowhere?
Why does he sound as insane as he does? So when Slaughter came out, I mean, that was a slap in the face, I think, to a lot of people.
It was just insane how it was like, what is this vocal? Like, it's so over the top. And it was in Russian, and I feel like it has to be so over the top to listen to, like, a band that isn't in your dialect, you know?
And the music video of that one song, was it Hell or was it?
Yeah, in a warehouse with the bloody chick or whatever.
Yeah, and he has like the horns.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was so fucking sick.
I think that's Hell.
And like his vocals were just next. I mean, they were like Phil Bozeman level.
Yeah, people were like, is this guy cheating? Like,
yeah, like exactly. You know, you're good when people question like
the legitimacy of your voice.
Are you actually doing this? And I'm so glad that in a world where we just are constantly faking things, that this guy, Alex, is a legit vocalist.
Yeah,
and he just sounds like this.
It's crazy.
I am so glad that there are real fuckers out there that are still actually doing stuff. The Traitors, I don't think this was their emergence record. I think 2014 they had an EP, and that one got my attention, I think, more than Night Terrors, because it was just like the first time I had heard of them.
Right.
They had that song we covered.
God, what is it? What is the song with the stick in the mud?
Well, yeah, it's like Arrogance. Oh, Arrogance. Yeah, we covered that song, and it was like, this is so, because his voice was so interesting.
Yeah, it was so unique. It just came out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck?
And so, yeah, like that, the Traitors emerged, Slaughter emerged, and I believe Angelmaker, this is fresh. Angelmaker,
this is their debut album.
Yeah. So this is a lot of bands coming out that are the biggest in the genre now, coming out 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
You know,
very true. Yeah, this is crazy to be your fucking debut album, by the way, because Dissentient is such a fun record.
Oh, for sure.
So very cool, like, evil guitar sound.
They're more of like a fast, like, techie.
Yeah. Very fast paced. They don't, even when they're breakdowns, it's very, like, bouncy and triple-y. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the Night Terrors EP a lot. There's some really cool. I feel like that's like when he really gets the moose down. There's a lot of, because like the one before this, he was doing some crazy stuff, but I feel like he was a kid just throwing shit at
what
the
did
wall.
he call it? The Patrick Star?
Patrick Star voice. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was unique and it was fun.
Cool.
It was interesting and it made you kind of listen and be like, oh, this is different.
Yeah,
like that's what we need in this genre is something different.
Like the vibes of that AP.
Also, that artwork for Night Terrors is fucking cool.
Yeah, it's like really.
You got the spider, the tentacles. You got the creatures, the hand from outside, the thing coming down, like all angles. It's just like, oh, that's so sick.
Every inch of the frame is like filled with cool stuff.
So good.
I absolutely hate this artwork for Last 10 Seconds. It looks so fucking dumb.
Is Hymns.
But it is easily their best record,
Fair
in my opinion. Dude, it's so good. The lyrics on this are some of the most fun and like, what a unique way to say how you're feeling.
For sure.
And then Storm to me is like how most people feel about Alex Terrible, of just like, what is that voice, man? Like he's got just, I always just imagine it as just like meat, like a dog eating meat, just like jowls full of raw meat. It's just, oh my God, it's so visceral and huge.
Crazy.
And it just makes you feel like he's also very, he enunciates so well for having such a gnarly fucking low to be able to follow what he's saying. And I was just like, God, this intense. It just, nothing really gets me like when I hear
they're insane.
him in his prime.
I would probably choose the Slaughter record.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it just came out. And
it came out.
Shit its own pants.
Dude, yeah. I mean, as an emergence record to make waves like he did back then, which like...
Very cool artwork too.
Yeah, very sick. I mean, it was so cool. And then now 10 years later, they're just on top of the game.
Yeah.
It's just so cool to see, you know.
Yeah, because that's my favorite Slaughter thing. So it's like I want to give that to him, but I just have too much of a soft spot in my heart for that specific record from Last 10 Seconds.
You like that one?
Yeah, I'd give it just a little Sims.
Fair enough. So 2016, we have a very iconic record, which is Infinite Annihilator, The Egg. We have Angel Maker / A Night in Texas, Unholy Alliance, Shadow of Intent, Primordial, and Whitechapel, Mark of the Blade.
Yeah, I believe Primordial is Shadow of Intent's Emergence. That's their first one, right?
Yep, I believe so. Yeah. Yep. I had not heard of them before, so that was, I'm assuming, yes. This one, I think it's kind of obvious. I mean, I think the Angel Maker and Night in Texas one was very sick, but I mean,
it's definitely not top, but it's cool that it exists.
The Whitechapel record was probably the first Whitechapel record where I was like, I don't know. Like,
the mark of the phrase "Mark of the Blade."
They had a few songs that I really fucked with on this record. I think Mono was Mono on this record.
Yeah, that was they did the big contest for it.
Yeah, that one was sick.
The single "Mark of the Blade" is really
Blade is sick, but as a whole, I was like,
one of their more forgettable records.
Yeah, like especially coming from like a new era, it was just something different that it didn't quite hit me that well. I think obviously it would, as far as like game changing, I would say Infinite Annihilator.
Yeah, The Egg was crazy.
It was nuts, right?
Soil the Stillborn is literally like, or Unholy Grave Birth is to the Hellfire thing before it came out.
Yes, exactly.
They literally did the fucking...
Oh, yeah, well, that's the thing is like Dickie Allen, right?
Yeah, Dickie Allen.
He did all the stuff Will Ramos did years before Will did it in To the Hellfire, which, like, whatever, it's fine. But yeah,
finding like seeing where it originated from is like this is the birth of zombies becoming very mainstream.
Well, and the Tunnel Throat thing, that...
Yeah, exactly.
That, like, weird fucking sound, like, Dickie Allen was doing, even before this record.
Yeah.
He was doing that sound, and he was doing that... I mean, Travis Ryan, really, if you want to break it down.
Travis Ryan, like, I think invented it, and Dickie Allen brought it to deathcore.
Yes, Travis Ryan, Cal Decap definitely invented it, and then Dickie Allen brought it here, and then years later,
Will Ramos
made it popular. Yeah, but I got to give respect for it.
It is a good record.
It is a good record. It's like so like meme though. It's like it's so such over the top. It's such an over the top, especially the drums. It's like. It's just crazy.
It's like when you record a fan with your camera and it just looks like it's not moving, but it's moving so fast.
It's so ridiculous that it got people's attention, and his vocals are so insane, crazy, dude.
And the bass on this album is actually so underrated. I think the bass tone is so cool, so plinky, and
for sure,
it's just so fun. And they utilize it a lot where there's like a heavy part happening, and they'll just do a cool bass thing. They're like,
totally.
Nice.
Do you want to talk about the Angel Maker Night in Texas one?
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, this was like Night in Texas was supposed to be like the chosen sons of deathcore. I feel like they got the steam, they got the big collab, they were coming out swinging, and then they just could never follow up this collab that they did. It was, I think it was because Reese Peters was their vocalist, and he just had the sickest highs. And then they tried like 4 other vocalists after him, and just couldn't really find the right fit. But
that's tough, man.
It is tough,
when you lose a vocalist, that can be,
especially when it's in this kind of genre where a lot of people sound similar, have a similar technique. So it's like somebody comes in and they're like, "You're not as good as him." I'm like, "Oh, that's a bummer."
I mean, we see that all the time, like Suicide Silence. You know, like so many things. So many bands lose a vocalist, and they're never the same. Yeah, vocalist is a huge part of a band. Yeah, you could switch a drummer 1,000 times. No one gives a fuck.
But yeah, the vocalist, it's like going to be completely different after this. This was, I give it to the Egg.
I give it to the Egg for sure.
Primordial's pretty good, but it still feels very like you can tell it's new.
It's not as good as the Egg.
No, yeah,
it's not as good as the Egg. The Egg, dude.
I think it's just because Ben Dewar is such a good vocalist.
He's great.
I'm like, man, there's some cool stuff going on here.
And they're a great band. Like they're an awesome band, but like
the Egg for sure.
All right, 2017. We
just
have
all the white.
So remember when we were talking about this?
Everything follows a theme.
Every year follows a theme, and then Signs of the Swarm just said, "Fuck you guys, we're doing something else."
We're still on last year.
Okay, so we have Spite, Nothing is Beautiful, X, King, Signs of the Swarm, The Disfigurement of Existence, and Lorna Shore, Flesh Coffin, which it is very funny. They're the same fucking artwork,
right?
Except for Signs of the Swarm, and they're just like, nope, we're doing something different.
And this is the album before CJ left Signs and joined Lorna. Which is like a funny transitional period.
Yeah.
Signs of the Swarm was really cool vocally when it came out. Like that was like the big, I remember the big music video, and everyone was like, is this guy cheating? Like that stuff is like, so many layers, what's going on?
The music videos were
the videos were
crazy.
Cool. The videos were cool.
Fucking sick music videos.
Lorna Shore, I think this is like some of their best stuff. I think it's the best stuff with Tom.
It's good.
It's really good. It's fun, but again, overall, there's some like, I would be more excited, like even the Spite album, I'm more excited by that. I think this is my favorite Spite album. It just has a lot of good singles on it, a lot of fun. It's not so over the top. It's still aggressive, but it's like he's got something to say. I like it a lot. It hits me. But I don't know if you've heard King, the subtitle. Dude, it's my favorite thing. It's
I'm one of so glad you said that, because I was about to be like, okay, that's all cool, but I listened to the King record, and there is something about this fucking record that is insane.
It's unbelievable. Because they're just sick. Like, who's king?
Yeah, exactly.
And then they have this album that's called King, and you're like, who would find? There's no music videos. It's just all singles, or just an album upload.
Yeah,
and it's incredible. It's like some of my favorite deathcore I've ever heard. The vocals are pained and like so. The conviction in them is so good.
If you guys haven't listened to this, it's X King X, and then it's just called King. I don't even know if it's on Spotify. It is so sick.
It's so
good.
It
is crazy sick. I mean, it's polished, it's raw, it's pissed off, it's good. It's just really good.
It feels like it's got something to say. Like it feels like it wanted to exist. You know, it didn't just like happen. It was like these guys wanted this to exist
as an art piece,
and it's so good. Please do yourself a favor and check out that record.
I also got to say, one of the coolest logos I've ever seen, Signs of the Swarm logo, is fucking so sick looking.
The like bug swarm.
That is such a cool take on deathcore logos. It's so sick. It looks like a moth.
Yeah, very creative. I think they ditched that too going forward, which is a bummer, because that's such a cool look.
Damn. But yeah, I would choose King, honestly, which is so funny because no one who's heard of this band.
Well, all three of these guys are pioneers, or huge in deathcore right now.
And then there's just this like
King,
yeah.
They get it, dude.
Check it out. Literally check out this record. It is so sick.
I try to tell people about this record all the time.
It is very sick. All right, 2018, we have Hollow Prophet X Scumfuck, I Valiance 1, Shrine of Malice, Malignance, and Within Destruction, Death Wish. Within Destruction, that artwork is so cool. That is such a sick all these. I swear, all these bands are into Magic, because these could all be Magic cards.
All these awesome monsters.
Even the I Valiance one.
True.
It'd be some
the 1/1 clown.
Yeah,
enchantment, become 1/1 clown, lose all abilities. I love the Within the Ruins or the Within Destruction one, because they do something that's unique in monster photos, which is it's in daytime and attacking, so it's like glowing with the sun, and I feel like that's such a not utilized thing in these types of things. It's very dark and dreary. It's like cool. You can see all the glisten and the shine and the grossness of the monster because it's so well lit.
The Shrine of Malice thing is a bummer because they were so sick.
Yeah.
And then they had the dude, had allegations or whatever happened from that. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, there needs to be a YouTube video that exists about that whole situation, because it's too long to just bring up casually. But look into it if you haven't. It's crazy.
But yeah, the very sick music. And then Valiance, I never got into much.
Oh man,
I listened to a few tracks, which is they're sick. We listened to a few also. I think on Underground Music Mondays.
Yeah, the first EP, the Pillars of Man.
When they first started, we listened to this band, but
which was a better EP too, because this one it was like had a big break between it, and it felt like the vocalist was. I think he had just joined Aversion's Crown, and so he was kind of like in between doing this, and it didn't have the love it deserved. But I think there's some good songs on there that I feel like people would enjoy, but just nobody knows this album exists. I think this is within the Destruction's best album.
Yeah,
I think Death Wish is right before they started doing like the weeaboo stuff, and it was pretty good. It was pretty fun deathcore. It was like a good deathcore record. You know, like how when you just hear a good metalcore and you're like, yeah, this is it. But not
for sure,
the best thing ever, but it's just peak. This sound. I'd probably keep Death Wish.
Okay. I was going to say Death Wish or Shrine of Malice, probably. Just because there's like one piece of work from that band. It's just like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
But I agree.
Unfortunate
I think Within Destruction is very solid. 2019, we have Shadow of Intent, Melancholy, Enterprise Earth, Luciferus, Deviloof, Oni, and Carnifex World War X.
I love seeing the themes all coming together again.
The same type of art, every year has a look for sure.
That's so funny.
I think it's just literally the art. They use the same artist. Those top two, the Shadow of Intent and Enterprise Earth, they look like the same artist did those.
Yeah, it's kind of funny too. Like they have the moon thing, and then like the way this is placed, like the yellow. They're all like upper right, middle.
It's like copy my homework, but make it look a slightly different.
It's so interesting. It's like the compositions are the same, but the details are different.
Yeah, just right out of the gate, I would probably say Deviloof.
Okay.
Just because
it's so fun and different.
It's so fun. It's so interesting and good. Dude, it is just such a good listen. I remember discovering these guys. I think it was around when this record came out. And I think I made a video on it and talking about it, watching a music video, and I was just blown away. I thought these guys were so cool. They were so fun. Really enjoyed that
bringing
band.
A lot of cool like artistry to the genre
for sure, and a very sick artwork.
That's fair. I fuck with your reasoning.
What do you think?
I think Luciferius is probably my favorite with Travis on vocals. Shadow of the Moon, Melancholy, it's a very good album as well. The artwork is pretty cool too. I like how that looks. The mirror reflecting something different too. Very cool. I loved this Carnifex album.
Okay.
I thought it was so different from what they've ever sounded like. It was like, I don't know, they just woke up one day and were like, we're going to be really good metal musicians. And not that like they weren't talented people or whatever, but the music before it just felt very like, I don't know, like we're doing the hell stuff. And this felt more like a just really well composed album. I thought the listening, like when you listen to it, it feels placed purposefully, you know, like it's like a roller coaster. I feel like it does a good job to like really heighten your listening experience. And I think Scott sounds really, really powerful here. And they have some really good guest features on this too that make them just sound big and epic. And it felt like this is like an album they could tour with like Arch Enemy on.
Also, I think that artwork of the skeleton Ouroboros is so sick.
That is, I didn't even realize that's a really cool.
Sick.
That's a great idea.
And the bones.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I would say out of all the artworks, that one is probably my favorite, but
it's pretty sick.
Yeah, I would say Deviloof. Would you say Carnifex?
Yeah, I would do Carnifex, but I respect the fuck out your Deviloof option because again, they came out and they were just like, what if we just did like pageantry in deathcore? And they look awesome. They look so cool.
It's very sick.
And the vocalist does some stuff that nobody does. Which is
he's got that weird shrieky stuff he does.
Shrieky stuff, some weird like whoop, like goop things or those things that Justin did in that one song.
All right, 2020, we have Ingested, Where Only Gods May Tread, Lorna Shore, Immortal, Meth Witch, Indwell, and Worm Shepherd, In the Wake of Soul.
Man, okay.
I already know what I'm going to pick. What do you think?
You already know?
I already know. What are you going to...
I'm probably going to pick Meth Witch, but I love this Ingested record a lot. It's like I hadn't really loved them until their like Rite of Kings album.
Yeah.
And man, this one was so good. Love the artwork, very fun idea. And
it's
the
definitely
songs
an Eldrazi.
Went away. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what was his name? It Who Will Not Be Seated any longer.
No, it's It Who Sits.
Yeah, It Who Sit.
It Who Heralds the Sit.
I like it. Yeah, It Who Sit. That's good. That's pretty funny. Very good album. I'm not a Lorna Shore hater. I just don't love their music. I'm happy if you do. That's totally fine.
That's
I get
fair.
it. They deserve the respect and what they're getting. The music doesn't really, I don't know, when they're like 6 minutes and they're blackened too much and it's like symphonic as hell, it just doesn't keep me interested as much.
It's just not your thing.
Yeah. No, but Meth Witch, let me tell you, Indwell, that is my thing.
That is my thing too.
Dude, what a evil sounding album, man.
Probably one of the most cocaine, actual meth sounding records. Like the name is perfect.
Yeah, Meth Witch
is the perfect name for this.
Yeah, I think, and it's just one guy. It's just a guy named Cameron.
Yeah, it is crazy.
He's so talented. He's everything in it, and the vocals are insane. Like the best, because the whistles that he does aren't like normal whistles. They sound like actual hellscape noises. And dude, like intro song of this just puts me in like a mood where I'm like, oh.
It's not a fun listen.
Yeah, but you should listen to it.
But you should listen to it. Like
you won't get it unless you feel it.
I don't know when is the most appropriate place to spin this, because I wouldn't even say in the gym.
No.
Like I'm trying to think of
mid-set and be like, oh my god.
Yeah, you'd like I don't know what the appropriate
like
place.
Showing somebody with good speakers and they're down to do that.
Sitting with a friend and making a reaction video would be the
go.
Best place to listen to this record.
It's so good.
But it is
the lights dimmed.
Yeah, it's an experience for sure.
Worm Shepherd's another one of those bands. Very talented vocalist.
Their drummer, dude.
Unfortunate cancellation.
Their drummer is so sick.
Very, very talented, but again, it's the Lorna Shore issue for me where, like, they don't sound exactly like Lorna Shore, but it's just like when there's a lot happening very consistently, I like...
That's fair.
Because I want to digest everything I'm listening to. So when there's too much, I'm like rewinding and that like ruins my experience. I just want to like fully comprehend as much as I can, but it's almost too distracting sometimes.
Like too fast maybe even?
Yeah, or like there's too many cool things happening at once that I can't like independently appreciate them all.
It's too ADHD.
Yeah.
Like there's just too much happening.
Yeah, like I can't lock into a central vibe. I'm trying to follow all four of them and I can't succinctly do it, you know?
I got you.
But yeah, Meth Witch would be my...
Meth Witch, absolutely Meth Witch.
Indwell is incredible.
Check out Meth Witch.
It's so good.
And Ingested too, that record. It's pretty sick. 2021, we have Brand of Sacrifice, Lifeblood, Carcosa, Anthology, Humanity's Last Breath, Valde, and Lorna Shore, and I Return to Nothingness.
Yeah, I love what we were saying with the Signs of the Swarm thing earlier. It's like, fuck what you guys are doing. Color explosion.
Well, it's funny because the top two were probably done by the same guy.
Yeah, it even looks like the wet
and the bottom two were probably done by the same guy.
Wispies and
literally
center cock. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You're fucking so right. That's so funny.
So I will say this is my favorite Humanity's Last Breath record. I think.
Yeah.
This one, the Monolith record, is so sick.
I agree.
Obviously, and I Return to Nothingness, To the Hellfire. Probably the biggest deathcore song to ever exist.
Yeah, maybe probably of all time.
Of all time, so I have to give that to them, and it was on this this record here. Also, the artwork, very cool.
Sick. Yeah, I love that.
Very
sick magic
artwork
card that would make.
Dude, yes. I love how everything just would be a sick, like, Grim Monolith would be the Humanity's Last Breath.
Yeah, true.
You do some fucking,
the Brand of Sacrifice looks like a board wipe.
Brand of Sacrifice looks like a Force of Negation, or like a Force of Will card.
Stopped.
Brand of Sacrifice, insane band. They're so talented. And then obviously Carcosa, the boys, Johnny and Bana. This record I haven't listened to, but I've listened to the other three.
Their newest one is Peak.
So I think the obvious, like, if I were to give it to someone who probably deserves it the most, it would probably have to be Lorna Shore because of the success of To the Hellfire on And I Return to Nothingness. But I do feel a bit of what you're saying, where like once you listen to 3 or 4 songs, it's kind of like a lot to experience. So I don't know if I'd sit and spin this over and over again.
It's a good single listen of like to appreciate the 3 songs that are on it.
Yeah. But then, like, I even feel that way a bit with Brand of Sacrifice. Like, I'll listen to 2 or 3 songs of theirs, and for those 2 or 3 songs, I'll be like, holy shit.
But then you need
like, these guys are so fucking sick. But then I'm like, okay, I need to listen to something else.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Humanity's Last Breath, I can listen to that record as a record.
Yeah, instead of being overwhelmed, you're almost still intrigued. You're
yeah,
like,
exactly.
What's gonna happen next,
it doesn't all just fuck me in the face at once. It gives me a chance to, like, have a cigarette and relax. And then, like, come back.
Come back to the face fucking.
Exactly, like where I feel as the two, Lorna Shore and Brand, it's like constantly just destroying me. I'd probably choose Humanity's Last Breath, but I also, like I said, I haven't listened to the Carcosa one, but I think you probably have.
Yeah, I have. It's really good. I think there's a lot of their more popular songs are on that one, but I think their most recent album they did is like blows this one out of the water, honestly.
Okay, nice.
Not that this is bad, but they like really knocked it out of the park with the new record.
Hell yeah.
I think Lifeblood has some of the like coolest deathcore features, like because they pulled people that aren't in the deathcore world into it, and that's really cool, and I want to give that praise. But yeah, I think, like I said, this is my favorite Humanity's Last Breath album as well.
It's awesome. It's so good.
This is the one I've been waiting to pick, the Grim Monolith.
It's so good, dude.
This is such an intriguing artwork, too, of like this pillar, but there's like shadows of people in it. It's like, you can't tell if they walked into it or if they're like trapped in it. Or
It's very cool.
Very intriguing.
I swear the same artist did those two records.
I think you're, especially because it looks painted. It looks has painted, this painted work, and like the whites are very similar, and like how they're middled and topped presented.
I feel like every 2 or 3 years there's one guy that does all the records and then he retires.
He's got all his money.
And then someone else comes up and then they do for 2 or 3 years and then they retire.
Just one company they keep bringing in.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Humanity's Last Breath, but we also respect to Lorna Shore for sure.
Big shout outs.
2022 we have Body Snatcher, Bleed Abide, Dark Watch, Cosmo Deus, Fit for an Autopsy, What the Future Holds, and Sold Soul. I hope we make it out of this alive.
Thanks, man.
So Dark Watch is Austin's band, but I want to throw it in there because it's a sick record and it came out 2022, and if you haven't heard it yet, you should probably check it out.
Thanks.
It's very interesting. I think vocally, obviously, I think is what really carries it. Like I've told you how I feel about Dark Watch before. I think you guys have very sick parts, but they only last for 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's like, what about the next part?
That's where I'm getting into like a groove, and I'm like, oh, this part is so sick, and then suddenly tempo jumps up, and you're doing a blast beat for like 20 seconds. And I'm like, okay, we're doing this, and then you do like a roar, and then it goes down 50 tempo beats, and then it's like, okay, well, now we're in a new thing. So it's hard to follow for me sometimes, but I think vocally you have a really good way of bridging the gap.
Like because trying to make it not too much.
Yeah, because I feel like you're the glue that holds the chaos of what's happening below you together. Because I have a hard time following the instruments, but if I follow you, I'm along for the journey.
Oh, that's
I can get from point A to point B.
Yeah, I think this being the consistent thing to follow.
Exactly.
Because you'll never guess where the music's going.
Exactly. And then Body Snatcher, shout out Body Snatcher. These guys are fucking heavy as shit. Do you think this is your Body Snatcher record, do you think?
Maybe with time, yeah, I think it's become. Like, I used to be a big EP slut of theirs, but like their first drop. But I really like this one. There's a lot of heaters on here. A lot of emotional deliveries. Really like the album artwork too. I don't know what their insignia means, but they've always had in their artwork, and I respect when a band has a thing that they from day one have thought of and kept to it.
For sure.
I really respect that.
Kind of like Whitechapel has the blade.
Yeah, exactly. Just having like a thing is really cool to me. And not changing it all the time. Like, no, we started, this is our thing that we wanted to do. Love that.
The Fit for an Autopsy record.
Same guy?
The same guy. The Body Snatcher looks like the same thing. Obviously, Fit for an Autopsy, very, very sick. I didn't listen to this record that much. Maybe you did.
Not as much. It's good, but I didn't give it like a listen it should deserve.
For some reason, it kind of went past me. I love Fit for an Autopsy, but this one,
I think they just put out too much music.
That might be what it is.
I just can't keep up in a way that I want to, where I'm like ready to listen. Like, I want to digest a whole album of theirs again.
Yeah,
just like need a second. Have you listened to Sold Soul record?
Yeah, what do you think about this Sold Soul?
It's fun. I feel like this one got talked about a lot as like, what the fuck is happening here? But it didn't clutch my radar as much as like it was spoken about. But I still do like what's going on here, and I think the artwork is specifically what catches me. Of like, wow, that's so cool.
Right.
Big Dracula.
It reminds me of something of like Dracula, Black Sabbath, Ghost meets
like traditionally
like very traditional heavy metal stuff.
Like you could see this in like a newspaper where it's like local church fallen victim to Dracula. This is like some bullshit article.
Yeah, exactly. That's such a great voice. Other than Dark Watch, I'd probably say Body Snatcher if I had to pick one outside of that.
Body Snatcher, it's so good. There's a lot of songs on it too.
It's really, really good.
And they have like a rawness that they refuse to change, and I really respect it. Of like
they're not to like themselves.
Yeah, they never have tried to like chase a trend or anything or like change up. They're just like, dude, this is what we do. We kick your ass, and we are really passionate about it. And I really respect that. And I think it shows in this record specifically.
Yeah,
I like Bleed Abide.
Super cool.
Yeah, definitely not going to vote for myself, so I'll do Body Snatcher.
But if you haven't listened to this Cosmodeus Dark Watch, go check it out. 2023, we have Snuffed on Sight, we have Orphan, Manifesto 1.0, Left to Suffer Feral, and Face Yourself Death Reflection. Now, Face Yourself, they're a newer band. I think this is their emergence record, maybe. They might have had a demo or an EP or something before this. I'm not sure.
This is like the one that people started talking to them about them.
This is when they came on to my radar, was 2023. So that's when I first, and this was when I was like doing more live streaming and listening to music, like new releases all the time.
Right.
So I feel like I shouldn't have missed. Maybe I did, but this is the first time I had seen them. They did like a music video. Very, very sick. The singer, she's a phenomenal fucking screamer. Yeah, she's very, great very range. Good. I haven't listened to Orphan, but I will say that Feral record is very sick.
From Left to Suffer. Very cool.
It's so good.
That's the one that has the fucking, it's time for deathcore.
Dude, call out it's before. Such a good record, man.
Yeah, like, I think it is my favorite album of theirs.
Yeah.
I feel like it just captures what I liked about them. And the name even of Feral. Yeah, Feral, I liked it. It was just like feral deathcore. Right. Very fun stuff.
Right.
I love Snuffed on Sight. They're like my guilty pleasure of fuckery. Just like, this band is such bullshit in the best way possible. Right. Just gun 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 gun.
I was gonna say
gun 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 gun.
Yeah, just unapologetically just caveman.
Yeah, chugging with one hand and going dun dun.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is, dude.
Like, it's just the perfect fuck around music, I guess. It's just like, if I wanted a hardcore dance or like crowd kill, I'd like Snuffed on Sight. When's their show?
Right.
It's so good, man.
What do you think about Orphan?
Their band before this, I think I like Strangled more than I like Orphan, unfortunately.
Okay.
Which is the two vocalists were in that band before, and then they made this, and the other guys did Peeling Flesh. Hourglass is a really good song on here. And there's like something, I'm like, oh, it's intense, it's angry, the vocals are so good. They needed those other guys. I think they really should have worked it out. I mean, maybe not, because Peeling Flesh is like the biggest fucking slam ever.
For sure.
But man, I loved those two dudes on vocals with the instrumentals of Strangled stuff. Because on Orphan, it's fast and loud, but it just doesn't give them the shine they need to, like, there's no point where I get to go, Jesus Christ, these vocalists are crazy, because it's just too fast. There's no moment where they get to show off and stuff, and I feel like the other dudes really understood that, and so it's kind of a bummer that it doesn't hit as hard. I think I'm gonna pick Snuffed on Sight.
Chaos pick.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Face Yourself or Feral.
Yeah, Feral was my second pick, but dude, Snuffed on Sight is so funny.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I might give it to Face Yourself. They got a cool sound, man, and they're brand new. Just to show them some love, you know, like, they're doing it. They have a really, really cool sound. But obviously, Left to Suffer, the boys. I love the boys.
Yeah, it's a fun record.
It's a fun record, and I'm gonna say Face Yourself, and you're gonna say Snuffed on Sight. Hell yeah,
the one that has a meme font.
I love it, dude. I love it. All right, 2024, we have Darko, Starfire, Disembodied Tyrant, The Poetic Edda, Enterprise Earth, Death in an Anthology, and Vulvodynia Antabany. Entebeni, however you say that.
I'm into Benny.
Also, Darko. I love Darko.
Darko's awesome.
Darko's so sick.
Poetic Ida. I think that's the one. There's a song with Ben on it, I think, that's really good. Love the artwork. If it's really cool looking.
Also, the same thing again. Look at the bottom too.
Oh yeah.
You have the side thing now on the left of the.
Oh yeah.
The same shit.
You're right. That's so funny.
It's like, I don't know what's going on.
Tenderly trees on the top too.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's very interesting.
Vulvodynia is a band that never truly connected with me.
That's fair.
Of like, just wasn't my type of like that deathcore slam kind of combo. It didn't tickle me. Enterprise Earth, not. Wait, Death in It. Oh no, this one has some really good songs on it too. But again, there's like 5 songs that I really like, and then the rest I'm like hit or miss.
Yeah.
Poetic Ida, same thing of like. there's a couple really solid moments and stuff, but as a whole, I think Darko sweeps this one for me.
For me, Darko, it's just for sure.
So many interesting things. They're such a unique group of
it's like two guys, right? Yeah,
it's two guys.
It's very interesting stuff.
And they put out so much music, and it doesn't feel stale when they do it. Like they just have like the energy to keep creating and making new stuff and experimenting and having fun. And their visuals are so crazy and over the top. And I feel like they're always trying to like push they're not following a trend. They're always pushing the trend. They're like almost like this thing, the Darko on the side. I feel like that's very them coded.
Yes. Yeah. It's very, very cool. I would agree. I would also say Darko. Although I think the Disembodied Tyrant one's pretty sick too.
Yeah. The vocalist is insane in that band.
Yeah. He's awesome.
I saw a clip of them going around recently and I was like, what is this? What's going on right now? It was crazy.
All right, last one we have 2025 Despised Icon Shadow Work. The goats are back. We have Reverent Decimate. We have the Acacia Strain. You Are Safe from God Here, and Whitechapel Hymns of Dissonance.
Fuck.
3 goats and a new emergence.
Yeah,
in Reverent. Yep, haven't heard of them before, but obviously the goats are back. Whitechapel, Despised, and Acacia. Out of those 3, man, I would probably have to give it to Whitechapel because I feel like they took a break for a little bit, maybe, and then just because they kind of even went more soft, with their like kind of singing. A lot of people compared this that sounded like Tool. A lot more like lower tempo stuff, and then now they're just fucking back. Yeah, with like dude, like,
and Phil got better somehow.
Yeah, he got somehow better. He got, like, what the fuck?
He was already like the guy.
Yeah,
and then he came back, and somehow it's like his lows have more depth to them and control, and he has highs now, like, which is nuts.
It's crazy, dude.
Unbelievable. I didn't realize too the Despised Icon artwork that his crown is his own jaw. That's so cool.
Isn't that disgusting?
It's very disgusting.
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite The Acacia Strain album, though.
Really?
Which is it's so fucking good.
Nice.
Man, the Whitechapel album, though, the boys came back.
I know.
And then Reverent.
These are all the boys.
It. Yeah, that's true.
Acacia,
right,
Despised, and Whitechapel. They're all the OGs.
How did I not recognize
this is the return of the OGs.
I see what you're doing. Yeah, the OGs and then the new guy. Okay, duh.
The goats are back. And then the I haven't heard the Reverent one.
Have you heard any songs by them? Dude.
They're pretty new, right?
Yeah. Like I think they dropped like their debut last year.
Very sick artwork, by the way.
Yeah, disgusting.
It's like a skull in like a sack of meat.
Yeah, something. It reminds me of the. Do you ever see The Blob?
Yeah,
it's like that goop that eats your skin. Just leaves the skull.
I also love how Phil utilizes the mask live.
Yeah, it's pretty
and he
cool.
wears it. It's so cool. That he does that.
The horns on it are very epic.
Yeah,
man, this one's tough because I want to give Reverent their like early flowers of just they came out and
we'll talk about them. Tell them what's up.
Oh man, it just has that like raw, like when you would think about putting a song on your MySpace thing, and you're like, it's kind of like what's gonna like catch people's eyes. Like if you did this band, some like scene honeys are gonna be like, Reverent, like, can you get us into their show? And you're like, yeah, those are my fucking boys. It has that like nostalgic deathcore, but they're all younger dudes, and the vocalist is so passionate. I heard an interview with him talking about that, like, what they're trying to do with deathcore and to be the Suicide Silences of the new age and stuff that they want to bring back.
They want to bring back
that, like,
MySpace
house show
deathcore
energy and like people going to shows and flying off each other and not just like, oh, you giving a fuck about anything, just having fun and doing shows and just doing deathcore, man.
Right.
Sitting on stage, just spazzing out like Mitch Lucker, just like headbanging like there's no tomorrow.
That's awesome.
It's so cool. It's just like awesome to see like the kids fucking are safe, man.
Bring
like,
the energy. Yeah, that's cool.
So it's like, I just love their sound. Really cool. And hope nothing but growth from these boys. And they even have the meme, the 3 in their name. It's very MySpace coded. It seems like they get what was cool about the genre that they didn't grow up with.
Right.
So yeah, shout out to that.
That's very cool.
Oh man, this is the hardest year maybe.
Yeah, it's tough. The Despised Icon record is sick. I don't know if I love it as much as early Despised Icon, but it's cool that they're back doing stuff and they're still doing stuff. I think it's very sick. The artwork for the Acacia Strain record is very cool. Also, he has a line that's 6 feet further from God, 6 feet closer to hell or something, which I was like, oh my God,
so
dude. Like,
cool.
Who hurt you? That's fucking crazy.
Every
to
time
say.
Vincent says, oh, the music cuts out and he says something, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, he's like the goofiest guy too.
Yeah.
And he says the most fucked up, dark
It's like
lines. It's like,
shit.
whoa, dude.
So cool.
Like, that's crazy. I have to give it to Whitechapel. I think Hymns of Dissonance for me. It's just like, dude, like, even though if you really want to get down to it, Acacia Strain are more OG than Whitechapel. They are more of the deathcore OGs than Whitechapel. I think just Whitechapel came along and just said, fuck all of you, we're the kings of this genre.
Yeah, they took...
And they're back, and they're better than ever.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's crazy. Whereas it's cool to see Despised Icon is back too, but I don't know if it really is. I don't think I would say they're better than ever though.
Yeah, no, not at all.
You know what I mean?
That's a good way to look at it, with them being icons of these three bands of like, is this their peak of things? And I would agree. I think the top two is like, this could be some of their best shit. Fuck, dude, it's too hard between the top two. I'm just gonna go Reverend.
Okay. Hell yeah. Shout out the new,
give it to the new
young boys.
That's
awesome.
Honorary mention to the Carcosa for their album last year as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good one. This was tough. This is like nearly impossible to do. Man.
Well, we've been filming for 3.5 hours. But we went over the last 25 years
Jesus
of deathcore,
Christ.
dude. That was it's very interesting to see, like, where this stuff originates from, where it is now, how it evolved. Like we were saying, it's like you have almost like emergent houses like Hufflepuff and Gryffindor, and then it's like you know they go off in the mathcore direction, and they go off in the slow chug direction, then they go off in the melodic thrash direction, and then you know they kind of all find their own homes and then those branch out other bands into new bands and stuff like that. I think out of all of this, I'm just really happy Acacia Strain dropped the southern riffs.
That's so funny.
Very funny, but yeah, and then like thinking that this genre is only really like 20 plus years old. It's not that old. When I went back to the year 2000, I was like, wait, where are all the deathcore records? And then I looked it up and it was like, oh, deathcore was not a genre in the year 2000. There were underground death metal and black metal and metal bands that were doing the like starting the sound, but there was no name for it. They were just doing a sound. The name didn't really stick until a few years later, and it's very interesting just to see the history of that. But and where we're at now, and like you know, like people would always think that like, oh, Whitechapel, they actually weren't the OGs. They were OG-ish, but there was 10 years almost of bands doing stuff before they came out, and they were on the scene. They just were so fucking good when they came out that they just took over.
Yeah, they just got the genre.
They were just like, oh, you're the best to do it.
Which is perfect, because that's what Reverend, I feel like, is kind of doing with that wave of like, they just come out late to the game, but they're like, oh, I think we kind of get what people liked about this.
Right, totally. But yeah, let us know in the comments down below if you made it this far into the video, what your favorite deathcore bands and records are. We'll do another one of these. I want to do new metal. I think new metal would be just really fun. And
New metal would be fun.
And do some new metal after this one. But yeah, let us know if you liked the video. Hit the like button if you did, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for joining us.
If you made it this far, type Bibbly Snoop in the comments so we know you made it this far, okay? Don't elaborate on why. And I'm not gonna spell Bibbly Snoop. You spell it. Figure it out. Dun 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 dun. Duke.